Yes!
Take it like a Polaroid picture.
It's revealed that, wait for it, Dr. Wily is the villain.
However, I don't have time to deal with you.
I'm really dreading Mega Man 8.
Now, if you excuse me, let's watch Toadman fight his way through the power of dance.
Super fighting robot. Mega Man. 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 Fighting. Save the world.
Yet up to this point, comic book fans and gamers alike never really had a great Batman game. In fact, most of them were kind of ridiculous. Like, really ridiculous. Sorry, I just saw the bat.
And most notably, Harley Quinn. Despite her usual and iconic outfit being the red and black latex bodysuit, her redesign really works well for a more realistic feel, incorporating school uniform and nurse outfit elements with her usual color scheme, which is fitting because technically we're in a hospital. Plus, okay, she looks really pretty. Okay, I know, it's a game. I'm a man, I'm not afraid. Hashtag feelings. I just beat him up anyways because, reasons. In fact, one could say it would be called Attack on Titan. Oh, yeah, no, that was me. That was a real bad one. So I'm very sorry. Sorry, not sorry.
Very funny. A million laughs.
And today, to help us out, is my super beard brother, Alex.
Let's do that beard bro thing, dog boy.
There you go, dog boy. Dog boy?
Dude, like dog, what's up, boy? Dog boy. The boss from Mega Man 9. Mega Man 11. 7.
Dog man?
Dog man.
Dog man?
Dog boy.
Dog boy?
Snooch to the nooch.
So trust me when I say that this game is a freaking Mega Man game. It plays like a Mega Man game. It feels like a Mega Man game. It's a Mega Man game. Mega Man. The bad guys give you weapons and they do awesome things. Damn. Wow, it took Mega Man going through an Alex Murphy character arc to be able to deliver the coup de grace to his arch nemesis. Arch. It could be either, right? Yeah. Can we get a verb check?
Verb
is it a verb?
It's not a verb.
It's not a verb. What are we looking for?
It's adjective check.
Adjective check.
Is it an adverb?
It might be a pronoun.
I don't think it's a pronoun.
I need to go back to college.
It's the face of someone who's had enough. He may look like a boy, but he's a Mega Man. 7.
There you go, man. Let's do this.
Snooch to the nooch.
Why do you say such weird words?
You can't ask me.
Snooch to the gooch?
I didn't say snooch
You
to
said-
the gooch.
That's what I heard.
Gooch, everybody. Snooch to the gooch.
I don't even know if these words are appropriate. We're probably offending someone out there.
Nothing doesn't. Mega Man 7. Open it up.
What if Alex was just like my Tyler Durden? You're not real, but you're in my head. I just spoiled the plot of Fight Club.
Technically, I did.
Or in Alex's case,
Go to the library.
why would you go to the library to play Mega Man 7?
You could be some quiet. And you can learn some stuff like about
All
whatever
right.
you want if it's a good library.
All right, we're done. Okay. Huh. Well, you know, I've already worked with Proton John before, but sure, yeah, it's a pretty good idea. I'd love to have him back. Here we go. Oh, you mean JonTron? Well, I've worked with him too. He's a good friend of mine from high school, so yeah, sure. Here we go. Oh my god, what do you want, TalesFar86? Okay, look, there's just too many Johns in the YouTube space, okay? Fine. I'm in. I'm in if he's in. Oh god. Oh god, they're everywhere. There's too many tweets! There's too many tweets! Why are there so many tweets? Ah. Oh. I mean, he's got a point. Great. Hey man, it's Jirard. So, do you wanna...
Yes.
Great. How about,
Sonic 2.
in the capital of...
Capital of Indonesia is Jakarta.
Oh, you're good. You're damn good.
I know. Do you want to start this thing?
Supersonic racing. Gotta get my feet off the ground. This is supersonic. It's who I am. Supersonic.
Yeah, you sure did, kiddo.
Supersonic racing. That's what I'm gonna do right now. Supersonic racing.
Okay, haha! Next section.
Are you a kid or an echidna?
I know, right? Here's a special message from Sonic himself.
But if someone tries to touch you in a place or in a way that makes you feel uncomfortable, that's no good.
Actually, never mind. Well, I mean, he's right, but yeah. Weird.
Hey guys, so welcome to day 1 of Mario Maker. Every day we unlock more content across the board of the game, and you know, there is a way to unlock all the amiibo costumes through various Mario Maker things. However, I didn't want to wait, and since I have a very large amiibo collection, I thought to myself, now is the perfect time to show off what all the costumes do. So I'm going to give you guys a brief little time-elapse of me unboxing all my amiibo, and if you want, you can check out what all the outfits do in this video right here over on youtube.com/SuperBeerBros. We have a Let's Play channel, Alex and I, and we've been doing Kaizo Mario, which is a big deal for us, and we have a new series called Road to Mario Maker, where you guys can make levels for us to play each and every week. Head on over to youtube.com/SuperBeerBros to check that out. With that said, let's unbox all the amiibo I've been collecting for the past year. Let's do it. Ike. We first start with Ike. I feel so bad unboxing this. Can you see it? Okay, so I just unboxed all amiibo that I have. I know it was a very long video for some of you.
And that's why I don't vlog. Let's just scrap that idea altogether. Oh, they patched the waiting system. Well, I still believe in what I said. All you gotta do is take your stylus here, pick what you want to build, and lay it down. Simple, right? Let's get a bit more creative. First, let's change our pointer here. I like the Mario hand more. Now, let's say you want to lay down some Koopas, but you only have the green ones. Well, if you shake them, they'll change color. Most power-ups, enemies, and overall assets have secondary assets attached. Don't believe me? Let's take Bowser here. Shake him up and we've got Bowser Jr. Better yet, let's make Bowser scary. Let's make 2 Bowsers at the end of the level with wings, a mushroom, surrounded by Lakitus and Hammer Bros. You know, let's keep going. Let's make the level scrolling, add cannons that shoot wigglers at high speeds, big boo ghosts, a bunch of them, a thwomp with a mushroom, and a few saws for good measure. Mario Maker. What I did learn from my day 1 experience of vlogging is a few things. 1, I really don't know how to open my own amiibo boxes, and the world will judge me for opening my own collection. Thanks, world. Okay, Splatoon Part 2 is coming. I heard you. They just keep adding stuff, and when they stop with the content, that's when I'll make the video. Cool? Cool. I'm sorry. Alex and I waited all night and morning to get these amiibo, literally hours before this video went live. Yes, I know. Yes, I'm insane, and I'm probably taking a nap right now. Good job, past you, future me, whatever you want to...
Cut out all the parts, Mark, where my stomach is just chilling in front of the camera for 3 minutes.
Probably wasn't gonna do anything, but now that you brought it up, you know.
Thanks.
Since we've already completed all of the preceding Mega Man series titles, I won't go into the backstory too much, although a few sentences should do. Good Robot Mega Man, built by good Dr. Light. Mega Man has sister named Roll, brother named Proto Man, Dr. Wowie, evil, world domination. Don't worry, I'll get to Dr. Wowie when we get to presentation. Dr. Wowie creates 8 Robot Masters for Mega Man to beat up, twice. That's basically Mega Man summed up in a few sentences. But then, the weird starts. They decide to talk.
Mega Man, today we finish this.
Hey, Bass! Why must I fight you? We are not enemies!
Shut up.
Roll! Mega Man, hurry! You must come with me!
You can't leave yet.
Something this powerful must not fall into the hands of evil.
This game is also the first Mega Man to feature anime-style cutscenes, which I would be all for, except that they're terrible. The voice acting in this game completely takes you out of the story. Mega Man almost sounds like a 5-year-old girl.
Why must I fight you? We are not enemies!
That's not a bad thing, it just doesn't really match the art style and what we're going for here. I get that he's programmed to look, act, and feel like a young boy, but after the intense conclusion of Mega Man 7, I did not expect the weak, fluty voice they chose for these cutscenes. What's worse is that these actors actually ended up being used for the first X game on the PS1, Mega Man X4. It's very apparent. All of the voiceover acting in the cutscenes is shoddy at best, even for 1996.
This guy is unfucking believable.
The voice of Duo is completely disproportionate to his body.
I was born with the sole purpose.
Whoever voiced Rush, I can only guess, was drunk and doing an impression of a dog that can't howl. Apparently, the voice actors weren't told that Bass's name was a music pun, as they say his name as Bass, as in a fish.
Hey, Bass!
Hold on, wait there 1 second. How about the time where Mega Man screams for 20 seconds straight while being electrocuted? Last, but certainly not least, in this monstrosity of the voice acting, Dr. Light. Holy crap, Dr. Light. Dr. Light sounds a lot like Rick from Rick and Morty, except not. In fact, all of the adults in this game world sound like they've been drinking a little bit too much.
I'm impressed! I didn't think you'd make it this far, Mega Man!
From Dr. Light clearly puke burping to Mega Man himself sounding like Ash Ketchum's prepubescent brother. Actually, story-wise, this all makes sense. In a world where all the adults, including the mad scientists, are constantly hammered, it's no wonder that a robot kid has to save the world this many times. He's the only one walking around with any kind of self-awareness. Do you think I'm being too harsh? That I'm joking in this? Let's take a look at this scene uncut.
You must recover all the energy immediately, Mega Man.
But where is Dr. Wily?
That's a good question. We may be able to locate another energy emission from the radar room. When we find that meteor, we'll find Dr. Wowie.
That's why Dr. Wily is Dr. Wowie. Mega Man's not feeling so well here, and oh dear God, I think Rush needs to go back to seeing Dr. Light. This did result in me having to go back and play it on the PS1 and on my own time, painstakingly mind you, replay the entirety of 8 off camera on the Xbox 360 as well. Yay! Double completing. If you own the game on the Sega Saturn, you're in luck. Wait, what? If the ones they used were terrible, the bonus mode cuts just might give me nightmares. No Hogwarts for my character. My dude went to Fight Club instead. You can have it your way, just like Burger King. Burger King. You can have it your way, like Burger King. I'm saying Burger King a lot so you can give me money, but I really hate Burger King a lot. And no, the game doesn't care about you. She'll be down before you can say Burger King. Burger King. I still hate Burger King. And if you've completely lost your mind because, you know, you're the completionist and you've been doing this show for 4 years and you complete a game a week every single freaking week, and you want to prove to everyone out there that you've got something to prove for beating the games that you do, hashtag Buff Boys, hashtag Cry Boys.
Now, before you're all yelling sell out in the comments below, 1, this is not a sponsored video, and 2, I actually reached out to Pepsi to see if they wanted to sponsor the video, and this was their official response. No. So, there you go. This video is officially not sponsored by Pepsi. Boom.
These cutscenes are, for lack of a better term, f***ing pointless. They act as a means of showing people how lazy us Americans are. And you know what? Maybe they're right, but hot damn, that's the right of our patriotic brethren to eat Frito-Lay chips, a company owned by PepsiCo, and drinking Pepsi while playing a game about Pepsi Man featuring another American eating Frito-Lay chips and drinking Pepsi. Thinking about all this patriotic pride is making my heart full. Now with cholesterol issues or diabetes? That's the real question. Is Pepsi Man a hero? That sounds like a BuzzFeed article. Make Pepsi Man based in the future during a soda war, where Coke has the iron grip on thirst of the world's populace, and Pepsi Man's the only one who can smuggle some Pepsi to the refugees. Now that's the Pepsi Man I want. Badass. My favorite one has to be this.
Pepsi for pizza.
Pepsi for pizza. Pepsi for pizza. What in the blue hell does that mean? Clearly, we've got to support the presidential running of Pepsi Man, as he is for pizza. Everything combined together is this perfect pile of garbage. Are you still having a hard time understanding what it means to be Pepsi Man? Well, don't you worry. Ladies and gentlemen, may I introduce to you one of my favorite YouTubers, Do. Take it away. Pepsi Man! Look at this bullshit. Look at how sensitive it is to get through this. You need to be a god to get through this game. And I somehow did it. I somehow did the game capture. The game capture froze. The game. Are you freaking kidding me? Fucking thing sucked. And then when you beat it, you know what? Why even set it up? Just fucking roll it.
You got it! Yeah! Yeah! Woo! Everybody Pepsi! Drink Pepsi!
Pepsi. Only my choice.
This doesn't make any sense. Wait. Oh, are you kidding me? There's the completion bonus! This is just unbelievable! And the grand reveal, if you complete Pepsi Man with all 100 cans in every single level, and you beat the game, you get Wireframe Pepsi Man. Wireframe Pepsi Man. God damn it. This game just sucks so hard.
With that in mind, guys, I give this game, just donate it.
Donate it. Drink Pepsi, or in this case, don't drink anything remotely close to Pepsi. Go drink some water.
Look at us punch through this cookie cutter ass wall. Uppercut the wall.
Oh my. I can't handle this. And guns are basically the One Punch Man of the Saw universe.
Check out how we literally beat the last boss of the game so quickly that the game glitched out.
Yeah, dude, just stun lock all day like a buff boy that we are. I've already showed you how that fight went down, so here it is again, even faster.
What? What? Oh, you're supposed to.
I am the nail. I am the nail.
You got 2 achievements.
Hey everyone! I can't do that. Oh wow.
He beats the ever-loving shit out of criminals. Oh, look at that. Oh my god. Oh man, the Bat may never kill someone, but that dude for sure is paralyzed from the waist down. He is not getting up. He's down. He's got the stars in his head. You know he's not. Oh, no, he's dead. He's dead for sure, you guys. This is the hero we deserve, everyone. This is the hero. This is the man. This is the Bat. I'm the Bat. It ends up truly feeling like a night out with Batman. The only thing that could possibly make you feel more like him is if you actually went out and fought crime yourself.
You didn't wash your hands!
Start, I'm doing the trash.
I don't believe you!
I have trash in my hand right now. God damn it, Jirard, every single time! You're behind the glass, I can see you're not hiding!
No, I'm not!
I can see you right there!
I'm not here!
There's a Coke machine!
Carbs are bad for you!
There's a lot more variation beating all of the Riddler's challenges, which is good since there's a lot more of them this time around. Like, a lot more. No, take whatever number you're thinking of, triple it. No, quadruple it, then put a 0 behind it. Something like that. And it makes me confident that Batman could take on any challenge and never worry about anything. Go to final level, go to final level, go to final level. Don't beat yourself up if you don't have the motivation to collect them all, but if you do, you'll get the sweet satisfaction of punching Riddler square in the smug jaw. Catharsis. If you thought there were a lot of Riddler trophies, wait till you have to collect the Riddler medals with every character on every map. I'm the Bat. I am the Bat. I'm the Bat. I'm the Bat. I'm Batman. Spider-Man may not have gotten things right the first time, but everyone deserves a second chance.
The blade that pierced his body came from his gilder. The blade that pierced his body came from your glider. The blade that pierced his body came from his trailer. The blade that pierced his heart.
I said a second chance, not 12. Jesus, how he came to believe that Spider-Man was responsible? No one knows.
I know, sir.
The Osborn's butler? What the hell do you know?
I know that the blade that pierced Dr. Octavius's wife's body came from his glider.
What? From its sweeping shots of New York City during its opening credits, to the creepily rendered visage of Kirsten Dunst, it's truly like playing through the movie. Speaking of... This is like the mundane hill. Stay away from the mundane hill, you guys.
The mundane that pierced his body came from your hill.
Hey! Knock it off. Now, just make me a version of this that features Japanese Spider-Man. The world needs this, you guys. I need this. We all need this.
Spider-Man.
The NPCs that have the green question mark above their heads. I'm sorry. I had a Riddler flashback. I'm so sorry. The NPCs that have a green marker above their heads have a mission for you. He's actually not bad once you get the hang. Oh god, no. No, not you. No, not again. I stopped you. I stopped you!
Do you require assistance, sir?
You get out of here, Bernard!
When Blade pierced Deacon Frost's heart in the trailer.
Oh no, you don't. Come here. Come here. Shh. No. Shh. No.
Shh. Glenda.
No.
Blade 2.
No.
Blade Trinity. Ryan Reynolds.
Your completionist question of the day is, if you were Spider-Man, who would you date? Anyone. It could be anyone. You got Mary Jane, you got Megan Fox, because why would you date Megan Fox if you were Spider-Man? I don't know. Maybe you suddenly have a very big crush on Megan Fox. I would not pick Megan Fox. Megan Fox is not the person that I would choose to date if I was Spider-Man. Mark, nothing, excuse me. Show a picture of Megan Fox for the next few minutes. Uncut. Just show a picture of Megan Fox. I don't know why it's so funny. If you were a superhuman Spider-Man, why would you date Megan Fox of all people? You can pick anyone else you want, but you should consider Megan Fox. I don't know. I would not pick Megan Fox. That's my... Turn the cameras off. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. I'm a human. You knew this was coming.
But despite all the bad press, the game went on to sell relatively well. I repeat, the game went on to sell relatively well. But man, do they look calm, especially Lois. She looks practically nonchalant. So how can we fix it? Here is how. It's so simple, you guys. So simple. They could have easily just adapted an episode or two from the Superman animated series, which this is clearly based off of, and tied things together with still frames and text boxes. Anything would have been better than what we've got. Even Superman 3. I will take Superman 3. Save us, Richard Pryor. Save us all.
What you know, hey.
Allow me to mention the one redeeming quality of this game's presentation. It's based on the Bruce Timm Superman animated series from 1996. That's it. In every other way, this game looks and sounds downright awful. When it comes to the audio direction, the name of the game is Repetition. Repetition is the name of the game. Repetition happens to be the name of the game. Did you hear that gunfire? Then that's the one you're going to hear for the rest of the game. Repetition. Repetition's the name of the game. Did you hear an explosion? Then I hope you liked it, dude, because Repetition's the name of the game. Even the awesome whoosh sound when taking off, which is actually directly lifted from the animated series, manages to get old. Repetition's the name of the game. The music doesn't fare very well either. It's all muffled, uninspired, and repeated ad nauseum. Repetition's the name of the game. Since the game forces you enough to revisit the same environments over and over again, you think the very least they could do is have some variation in their soundtrack. Guess what I'm gonna say next? Repetition is the name of the game. Superman and the other main characters look okay. That is the only mediocre or nice thing you're gonna hear me say about this game. Superman 64 is broken. Sorry, Superman 64 is broken into two different kinds of stages. Sounds simple, right? Well, it would be simple if it weren't for the abominable controls. Superman handles like a busted-ass ice cream truck from the Nixon administration. For comparison's sake, let's take a look at a similar type of mission from Batman Arkham City. Batman also has to fly through some green rings, but in Arkham City, the ring missions are short, clear, and they control extremely well. They actually teach you something worth knowing about Batman's gliding controls, and there aren't that many of them. In short, be more like Batman, Superman. Damn it. I should have never brought up a good game while reviewing this game. Now I just want to play that again. I just want to point out, why are there tornadoes in Metropolis in beautiful 75-degree weather? Can someone tell me why? Is there a tornado machine? Maybe Storm from X-Men, who's a part of the Marvel Universe, decides to show up and create a Twister. I don't know. It makes no sense. These missions wouldn't be that bad if it weren't for the phantoms of bad controls and rampant glitches. Prepare to fail these missions for dumb reasons. A lot. And guess what? When you fail, you have to restart the ring section that precedes it. And better yet, before you do it again, Luther just laughs at you. Look at that laugh. This isn't that laugh. Feel that laugh. Yo, give me that Jeff Goldblum remix. Then there are so-called action stages. I really wish you could see my action stages base quotation marks because they are horrible. And with a little imagination, just a little bit, you can almost picture Superman flying right through these dudes' torsos. Yes, that's justice. Go see Batman vs Superman Dawn of Justice. This is a free plug, no brand deal. I guarantee you that's gonna be way better than Superman 64. I promise you that. I also want to point out that every item you throw in this game explodes. Every single item. There's a cardboard box here. There's probably some ammo in it, maybe some food. Nope, explosion! Everything I kid you not, everything bursts. If you pick it up and fly and you touch the roof, it explodes. If it is in your hand and you touch the roof and explodes, you take damage. Superman is like the Midas of explosions. Anything you touch, it explodes. He has the Midas touch of explosions. Superman 64. This game feels like the rebellious kid who purposefully answers every question incorrect on the test just to spite their authority figures. There's so much going wrong in this game, and the worst part of all of it is that at no point during my playthrough did I ever feel like Superman. On the contrary, playing this game made me feel frustrated and bitter most of the time, and violent, and hungry, and sad, and alone. Like I wanted to hurt someone, like I wanted to hurt Superman. I get it now. I'm Lex Luthor. I understand everything now. The only way that this game makes me feel like Superman is the fact that I'm conquering it. I feel like I'm Superman because I conquered this game. That is not the way this game should be made.
Guys, I figured out Five Nights at Freddy's. Hear me out. I figured it out, okay? The wolf from Titus Software is freaking Foxy, and that's why it all started. Because of Superman 64, confirmed! I figured it out. Matt, I got your back, buddy. I got it.
The fight against Brainiac will require precise control and watching out. Okay, well, you know what? He's dead. I guess all you have to do is spam your heat vision from far away, and that's it. Later, man. The wigging out camera is normal, right? It has to be. I mean, they're about to shoot the intro to the DK rap.
Here we go.
I'm the camera. I always have been. I wasted my time. I have nothing to show for it. That I'm gonna be a super villain.
I'm the boss. I'm the boss. I'm very, very sorry for your loss.
But honestly, even with all these cheats activated, is Superman 64 really worth playing? No. No. Go do anything else. Stop the music. Let me make this clear. Superman 64 is the worst time I've ever had playing a video game. It's so bad that I'm considering shaving my head and stealing cakes. It has virtually no redeeming qualities, and it's not worth playing, even due to sheer morbid curiosity. No breakdown, no difficulty rating, just regrets. But if my playthrough and review of this game helps at least one person out there to avoid it, then it's all worth it. That's it. That's all. Thank you, everyone. And God bless America.
Superman 64 is the worst game of all time.
No time to waste.
With that in mind, guys, I give this game my completionist rating of donated to all hell.
Donated. Then there's no time to waste. No time to waste. No time to waste. No time to waste. Then there's no time to waste. No time to waste. No time to waste. No time to waste. Then there's no time to waste. No time to waste. Then there's no time to waste. Then there's no time to waste. No time to waste. No time to waste. Then there's no time to waste. No time to waste. No time to waste.
Mentos, the fresh maker.
We'll do our best, General Cox.
What's up? This week on the show, we're playing Too Fool for School, Tester Cheetah. This video is brought to you by Cheetos. Cheetos. I ate too many. I didn't get paid for this. I lied to you. I'm sorry. Was really hoping that Cheetos would pay for this, but now I'm the one paying. Cheetos. You ever gone on a date with a chick and it went really bad? Cheetos. Hi. Have you ever thought to yourself, Cheetos? That'd be great for a straw. Well, you know what? No, you idiot. Have you ever... You know, on a nice summer day, I always tell myself, maybe I'll have a hot dog. But you know what? No. I'm all good, baby. Cheetos. Probably should have gone to the grocery store, you f***ing idiot. Cheetos. Hey everyone, and welcome. Oh my god! I have Cheetos in my eye. I have Cheetos in my eye.
Chester, be honest with me right now. Is Hip City drugs?
Then I get loopholes in my scruples.
Yeah, it's drugs. It's drugs for sure. Guys, this is a real product that the mascot is a cheetah who loves his own product. He is the legal drug dealer who does drugs that just so happens to be available at every local grocery store around you. He's getting high off his own supply. And for $1.99, you can too. But in order to defeat my enemy, I must become my enemy! Go ahead, Chester Cheetah. Go get your palace. And by that, I mean Hip City. And by that, I mean drugs. And by that, I mean burn everything to the ground.
And more importantly, why the f am I still eating Cheetos? Ah! It's in my eye! Standing on the edge of the crater, like the prophets once said, and the ashes are cold now, no more bullets. Something about Hideo Kojima. I'm nuclear. I'm Cheetos. I'm waking up. I have no more words. I'm Chester. I'm Cheeto. I'm waking up covered in crabs.
But now I'm making the time, and I'm very motivated because I'm not a little bitch. I'm not. Stop judging, haters. Sonic Fan 64, 2X, Cross Sora. Don't judge me. I'm not a little bitch. Sephiroth Lover 45, let's go. I'll fight you every day. Well, I get it. I'm here. Message received. Stop writing me letters. Stop sending the games. I have so many copies of Tales of Symphonia that I use them as my coffee coasters. Just stop. It's okay. I've heard of the game. I get it. I've got it. It's happening. Please stop sending the game. Please. Fucking seriously. Cower before my might, villagers, and compliment me on my perfectly permed hair. Compliment me, damn it! But no group of friends can stay together forever.
Hey guys, what's going on? Glad you can make it. For sure, dude. Great, so you're all fired. I want to eat what I want to eat, and I'm not a little bitch, okay? Great, goodbye, good night. Chris, fuck you, man.
And one giant office just for me with no one else in it to bother me.
Come on, Jirard, please. Can we have our jobs back?
No.
We'll get Wiener Schnitzel, I promise.
Okay, fine, but it better be In-N-Out. In-N-Out's way better than Wiener Schnitzel.
Can't beat it. It's impossible.
Jirard?
Can't be. Who are you?
What are you doing here?
Ted, what are you doing here? It's 4 in the morning.
I'm cleaning.
You clean at 4 in the morning?
It's not 4, it's 11.
What year is it?
2016?
Look. Look at this. Graphics are blending in. They're coming through the wall. I can't go back. I can only go forward, but I can't go anywhere. Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric is an incompletable game. It is broken. It is just not good. I can't complete it.
But you're the completionist.
There's been something on my mind for a very, very long time, and it's when are we going to get a new Sonic game that's worthy of acclaim, that's really there for the fans, whether it's emotionally supporting them as their kids grow up, or just there for a secret for someone to tell you something good. When you know what? Sonic Boom comes along and says, yeah, no, screw that, we're not going to do any of that. Now, I'm sure all of you at home have heard of the stories and seen the Let's Plays from the Game Grumps and other YouTubers out there of how notoriously bad this game is. And as someone who's never played this game before, I have to say, I am not excited to get into this one. So here I am, right here on the show, diving in to Sonic Boom. God help us all.
I guess Sonic Team felt like we should have our own Sonic, who was separate, but equal. Thanks, guys. Thanks for giving us Sonic. Upon release, Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric was rife with glitches, burdened by terrible controls, and around every corner, there was a design choice that was poorer than the last one. It didn't take long for Sonic Boom to be confirmed as a financial and critical flop. And somehow, it managed to become the lowest reviewed Sonic game of all time. Think about that. In a world where Sonic the Hedgehog 2006 exists, it did worse. But I got chills up my spine when looking up walkthroughs for this game, because they simply don't exist. Guides for Sonic Boom are extremely hard to come by on the internet, which means that no one is diving into this game any further than they have to. We are about to get into some unexplored territory here, folks. And then there's the scariest potential pitfall of all, the fact that the game may become unplayable or uncompletable due to some random game-breaking bugs that's just waiting for me to step on. This game is reportedly infested with bugs, and learning to avoid them all is going to be a real challenge here, no doubt. It's Sonic 2006 all over again, back with vengeance. Now, I don't expect Sonic Boom to take too much of a toll on my mental and physical well-being. After all, it's a Sonic game, and I'm good at most of them. But what I am scared of is losing my faith in Sonic himself. As of now, I still love Sonic. Kind of. But I don't know if I'll still be able to say that when this is all said and done. You may be a blatantly bastardized shell of your former self, Sonic, but I know you're still in there, damn it. I can feel you. Pretty quickly after turning on Sonic Boom for the first time, one thing became crystal clear. This game thinks that I'm an absolute idiot. This game may be for the kids, but even kids deserve to be treated with some goddamn respect.
It appears to be a dead end. I wonder if Ava will pick anything up.
The story begins with Sonic and his pals chasing down Eggman for reasons that are too unimportant to ever be explained. Seriously, guys, how many Sonic games, how many years do you need to know the context? It's Eggman. To do so, Lyric has got to collect all 8 Chaos Crystals. Are you just really? It honestly feels like Sonic the Hedgehog branding was slapped onto another game. When you think about it, we've got a pretty unique scenario here with Sonic Boom. As far as I know, it's the first Sonic game that's based on a cartoon that's based on the video game. Maybe this was something Sonic Team always wanted to do, but just never had the tech to make it happen. And Amy's classic obsessive personality has been replaced with one that can only be described as generic NPC woman. We get generic orchestral fluff that you won't remember 2 minutes after turning the game off. Especially since old Sonic music is way better. I'm probably barking up the wrong tree here, but as long as it doesn't hinder the experience, there's nothing wrong with giving a wink and a nod to your old school fans. Especially when the old levels were way better. You know, I'd like to think that the reason the music and the visuals are so subpar is because the developers spent the majority of their time on the game's performance. But no. The game runs worse than that one kid in PE. You know which one I'm talking about. The load times are long enough to make a sandwich in, the frame rate is incredibly inconsistent, and there are pop-ins everywhere. Just check out this footage I captured right here of the game going ape
She's clipping in and out. I'm not even touching the camera. I'm not touching anything. I'm gonna put this down. She's just blinking in and out of the frame. How do you explain that?
Now, no one expects Sonic games to be graphical powerhouses, especially on the Wii U, but at the very least, they should run well, shouldn't they? It feels like an advertising monster put on a Sonic the Hedgehog suit and is trying to trick us into believing that it's the real Sonic. Only it's painfully obvious that it's not. Like one of those Spanish Sonic the Hedgehog ice cream sticks. You know what I'm talking about. What's wrong with your eyes, Sonic? The really scary part is that the monster thinks that we are all dumber than we really are, and it's waiting for its moment to make its true intentions known. Just what the hell do you want, monster? Oh, all right, yeah. You want our money. You want our money, that's right. Sonic Boom's gameplay is the hottest mess that ever hot messed. Boring, shallow, and glitchy as all hell, getting through the game doesn't require that much skill, but it does take a whole lot of dumb luck to successfully avoid all the game-breaking bugs. And do I mean dumb luck? But let's get this out of the way. Sonic rarely, and I mean rarely, moves fast in this game. Sonic is now trying his hand at puzzles. They're tedious, overly simple, and I'm pretty sure I saw a kid die from trying one. Okay, that last part's not true, but the puzzles in this game really do feel like half-hearted efforts that come nowhere close to challenging or fun. These puzzles are often color-coded in case it wasn't already obvious which character's abilities are supposed to be used to solve it. Pink. Pink means Amy. Jump. Amy. Jump. Good Amy. Gold star. Like old Cliff. Remember Cliff? Feels like he's been here for forever, huh? Where would we be without good old Cliff? In all seriousness, these NPCs all look like they were fan-made characters from DeviantArt. Now, DeviantArt, I'm not making fun of you, I'm just saying Sega's been stealing your shit. Just pointing it out. But even if the core gameplay were up to snuff, none of it would be able to stand up to the combined might of the deadliest world tag team champions in all of gaming. Unresponsive controls and stiff camera angles! Let your guard down during a fight. Don't you worry, unresponsive controls will lead you to getting comboed to death. Transitioning from a 3D view to a 2D one? Prepare to fall off a cliff thanks to that camera angles. And on top of that, one of the biggest issues with this goddamn game is that all the characters have no invincibility frames after being hit, meaning that everyone can be straight up comboed into instant death if 2 attacks hit them at the same time. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Come down here, Lyric. Come on, baby. Come on. Come on. Come to Papa. Come, just come down here. I'm tired of waiting. Just show. Okay, there you are. Here we go. God damn it. No. Okay, here we go. Go after Lyric. After Lyric. Come on, yes, yes, yeah! I got hit twice. I got hit twice with invincibility frames! Jeez! Ah! Do you see this? Now I have to do this whole phase over again! Ah! Go get out of the way! Come on! Ah! Just get down here already! Thank you! Ah! Rings function the same as they always have, but they're slightly more useless when you consider the fact that Sonic Boom has no lives to speak of. There's no such thing as a game over, and when you respawn, you'll restart extremely close to where you died. Look, devs, you made this game, and it's bound to the Wii U gamepad. You could have done a lot more with it! Come on! With all the collectibles finally locked down, I was well on my way to completing Sonic Boom. And then it happened. One level. And only one level refused to give me the star for beating it on extreme mode. No matter how many times I finished it, the star would not unlock. I looked for help online. I even tried reverting to previous saves, and nothing worked. It was truly and utterly broken. Okay, so extreme mode is on. I'm at the end of Crater Lake, and all I'm gonna do is walk over, okay? I'm gonna grab this ledge right here, pull it back. The crystal's gonna show up. We got the rock. Yay! We got the rock. Okay, so now we're gonna get it. Now, this level is officially beaten. On extreme mode, it is done, which means that if we did it correctly, God forbid the game actually worked the way that it was programmed, what's gonna happen is we're gonna see a star next to Crater Lake. Except that's not gonna happen. I guarantee you. This is my 13th goddamn time doing this. I did it on co-op mode. It just won't happen. I've looked online. Apparently, there's only 2 or 3 posts of people doing this. I kid you not. And no one's complained about it. 1 or 2 people. Just people forgot. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna go to the map. Everyone! Crater Lake, there's no star. There's no star at Crater Lake, but everything else I have a star at. This is a hub world, so it doesn't have a star. The hub world doesn't have a star. The rest of these have a star, except for Crater Lake! God damn it! After enduring everything that Sonic Boom threw at me, in the end, it cheated me out of what I had earned. So here I am now with a game that's complete, or in this case, incomplete, depending on how you want to look at it, and that's what hurts most of all. Sonic Boom insults your intelligence. It doesn't respect your time, and it's a chore to play through. If you manage to turn your brain off, you might get some mild entertainment out of it. That is until you encounter your first glitch that halts your progress right in its tracks. I would say that there's no 100% bonus either, but for all I know, you unlock a fully playable HD remaster of Sonic 3 and Knuckles when you complete the game, but I'll never know because this game won't let me complete it. Sonic Boom should have been a relatively simple challenge, but its shoddy gameplay and many bugs turn it into a monumental task that overshadows any good qualities it may otherwise have. Now, I may not have lost a lot of sleep on this one, but I lost a lot of my patience, and what was left of my adoration for Sonic got yet another swift kick to the nuts. I just hope that when Sonic Mania comes out, it'll erase my memories of Sonic Boom from my mind. While completing Sonic Boom, there were 46 deaths, 33 hours of total playtime across both Rise of Lyric and Shattered Crystal. This is what you get for completing Sonic Boom Shattered Crystals
for the 3DS. A dance party. A dance party. They just dance. That's all you get is them dancing. This had a completion bonus, and it was them dancing. God damn it.
3 campaign playthroughs across both games, one of which is an extreme mode playthrough, 266 crowns collected, 178 robot scrap chests opened, 9 power glyphs earned, countless pieces of robot scrap stockpiled, 68 shinies 68 pieces of trash found. It's garbage, it's literal trash. And 1 game that will stay incomplete and eat at my soul for the foreseeable future. As far as I'm concerned, I completed Sonic Boom to the best of my ability. So if you got a problem, you take it up with Sonic. If you're a casual player or a young kid, Sonic Boom just might be okay for you. If you're a veteran or someone who's played a Sonic game for the past 25 years, then you're in for what may be one of the worst tech demos I've ever played. And if you're a completionist, stay far the hell away from this game. This game is even more evil than you've heard. Now what's worse, Sonic 06 or this? You know what? They're both bad. Now let's throw it in the ocean like Jumanji. Not even The Rock can save you this time around.
Sonic Boom. Sonic Boom! Sonic Boom, and not the good kind! This game is garbage. It is utter garbage. I cannot believe the glitches. I cannot believe that it wasn't fixed. I cannot believe that this was sold and marketed to not only children, but to Sonic fans everywhere. Look, I've played Sonic 06. I have played almost every Sonic game here on the show, and I will say, Sonic 06 and Sonic Boom are just as bad as each other. They are literally twin replicas of tech demos. Tech demos that no one should have had to have played or bought for $60 goddamn. The only good thing that Sonic Boom has going for it is the cartoon show that it's inspired by and the voice acting cast that's been behind the Sonic franchise up to this point. But other than that, this game has nothing to offer. Go outside, play Pokemon Go, take your 3DS with you, go hang out with friends, go see a movie, do anything that is not Sonic Boom. So with that in mind, guys, I give this game my completionist rating of donate it.
Donate it! Guys, just give me a few more weeks. I got this. Who needs defense when you've got a gun? Give me that bloody samurai sword. I don't care if it clashes with the Victorian aesthetic. Let's go! Your parents are dead, orphan, and now so are you. Sorry, roasting the orphan feels wrong. I'll take that one back. That's some new Batman level of stuff. Sorry, my bad. Can't roast an orphan. Sorry, not on the internet. And absolutely no games that Bloodborne bears a resemblance to. Right, Alex?
I don't like this bit anymore. I want to go home.
Is it time for another Sonic game already? At this point, I am well aware that I'm gonna get burned every time I dip into this pool, but I just can't seem to stop myself. I mean, what can I say? At heart, I am still a Sonic fan, and the shining ray of hope that is Sonic Mania is getting closer and closer. Plus, I've already played Sonic Boom. I am now impervious to pain. They were apparently attempting to maintain the value of their brand. But we see you, Sega. We know what you've done, and we'll never forget! And I think it's safe to say that the Secret Rings' soundtrack is by far the game's best feature. Good job. At least the soundtrack is tight. Can we hear some of it right now? God damn it, I should have known better! I should have been more specific! I deserve this. Play anything that's not 7 Rings in Hand. Please, anything. Thank you. And the time break, while useful, just is not fun. Whoever suggested a mechanic that drastically slows things down in a Sonic the Hedgehog game has got some stones, man. If you manage to find him all 15 times, all of the pages of his travel diary will be filled out in your special book. allowing you to read all about his fishing and his obsession over Froggy and the sad fact that he should never be allowed out of the house by himself. Not to rewrite and rehash all of the hilarious jokes a bunch of other reviewers have already made about this game, but to genuinely grab it by the shoulders, look it dead in the eyes, and shake it and yell in its face! Hey! What happened here? You were supposed to be so good! How could you have gotten it all so wrong? Sorry, I lost my composure for a minute. I'm sorry. I know, I'm supposed to be more happy, more positive. That's me. That was very unprofessional, and I am very, very sorry. I'm having a little hard time with this one, guys. Honestly, and I know it sounds kinda racist, but my favorite character in the game was Meat Hook, because at least he had something passing for an Irish accent to break up all the dudes who sounded the exact same. Or was it Scottish? South African? Actually, hold on, what the fuck accent is this? Play the clip?
Are you all deaf? Who?
I still have no idea. Actually, I don't care. I don't care anymore. If you're watching this and you're thinking, hey, maybe I'll try this game out, don't even for a joke. It's bad, it's bad, it's bad, it's bad, it's bad, it's bad, it's bad. Not a single one of them was even marked finished. I fucking did it, and the game bugged out and did not mark itself as done. God fucking damn it. It's Sonic Boom all over again. Stay the fuck away from this flaming piece of shit. 211 glitch-related checkpoint resets. One more time. 211 different moments in which the game froze on me or glitched during a checkpoint. Ride to Hell Retribution, in my opinion, may be the worst goddamn game I've ever played on the show. And yes, I have done a lot of bad games. So thanks for nothing, Ride to Hell Retribution. I hope you die in a fire. I'm going to enjoy this lovely cigar just like Wolverine does. Why would anyone do this? Why would anyone do this? This is horrible. Old men are weird. Why would they smoke a cigar? Don't do this. No one. I need help. So, now that we've just said that, let's just connect the dots here. X-Men Wolverine Origins, the movie, rated PG-13. X-Men Wolverine Origins, the game, rated M for mature. Does anyone else am I taking crazy pills? We finally found the one thing that can stop Wolverine. Poor optimization. And Magneto. Jackman cannot go out on a loss. Not after that fucking cigar.
まず1週間で、全クリは無理です。
I like the challenge.
ぜひチャレンジしてください。
Well, spoilers! He was right. I wasn't able to complete the game in a week. Holy crap, this all looks so huge! Firstly, allow me to make one thing clear. Breath of the Wild is really hard starting out, and I mean really hard. You will be dying a lot, and I want to let you know you shouldn't feel bad. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Ask me how many Korok seeds there are in the game. Do it. I dare you. I double dog dare you, whatever the hell that means. You know what? You're not going to tell me? No, I'll just tell you. 900! 900 Korok seeds! There are 900 Korok seeds in the game! Game plan time! Why is it not in my top 3? One word. Rain. I hate the rain mechanic. The rain makes me want to yell. It makes me want to cry. It makes me want to scream and smash things into the ground. Holy crap, the rain will drive you insane. I promise you this. It seems like it's always raining all the damn time. Or it starts raining right when you're trying to do something really important. Why is rain the problem? Because at every corner of every Korok, shrine, side quest, main quest, or minigame comes the evil flood of rain. Rain makes it impossible for you to get around or climb on anything. And when you start that big climb to an impossible cliff in front of you and it rains, you start slipping. You start slipping so fast, your endurance drains out, and you stress out. Okay, calm. Let's take a relaxing break and think calmly and approach the rain correctly. Come on in light, come on! I had almost climbed this cliff and then it had to rain. Had some momentum along with my grip, but then it rained. My stamina's all gone, I'm slipping away. All because it rained, all because it rained, all because it rained. Come on, out of nowhere! No, I'm gonna make no! Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you not entertained? Most of you probably aren't, but either way, this genuinely may be one of the most exhausting games I've ever played with regard to being a completionist. So, let's go. Let's take it even further. The Korok seeds. What do you get when you get all the Korok seeds? What do you get when you get all 900 Korok seeds? Go ahead, take a guess. No, don't worry, I'll do it for you. You get a golden piece of shit. Aside from maxing out all of your holding space, you get a golden piece of poo that acts as your proof that you did it. Why? Bragging rights. Yay! Just, why couldn't have you given me some mercy on this game, guys? Oh, it's not over. Oh no, it's not over, I forgot. Guys, when you beat the game, you acquire a percentage meter on your map, and the percentage meter is your completion for the Sheikah plate and the map objectives. Now, this includes finding all the shrines, Koroks, memories, doing everything in the goddamn game, including discovering all of the subsidiary names on the map to make sure you found every single location. Guess what happens when you get 100%? Survey says... nothing! 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 I'm sorry. I need to breathe. Okay. I'm good. Here's the deal, game. You presented me with an incredible gaming challenge that was going to change everything, and people will love this game for many, many years. And you challenged completionists out there to set aside hours and hours of insane gameplay tasks, and you reward us with nothing. Nothing at all. How about that top-down demo you showed us at GDC for Breath of the Wild? How about a screen that says, "Thank you so much for playing our game"? Something. Anything. To give us nothing for completing a massive game when the game is clearly pointing out to you, hey, it's important that you unlock and complete everything. Makes me super sad. And you know what the saddest thing about this all is? Transition number 2 for the win. They're releasing DLC. Now, I love DLC. I embrace it, and I am ready for our DLC lords. But apparently, the DLC is going to be hard mode, which means I will probably have to redo all of this all over again on the hardest setting. I thought this game was already on hard mode because of the rain! Sorry about that. And thousands of times in which I fell off a cliff while I was climbing it because it started to rain. But then I'll hear that Fire Emblem theme, which is awesome. Maybe I'll bust out some sweet maneuver and the enemy plays right into my hands. Perhaps I just narrowly beat a scary boss. It all kind of made me realize that superficial problems like this barely make a mark on my largely positive first playthrough of this game overall. Maybe some of you don't understand if you didn't grow up with the GBA. Games on the GBA rarely ever felt huge, and for that, I have to give Fire Emblem props. Props is such a weird word to use nowadays. Props. When I think of props, I think of like film props or stage props, but like when someone's like, yo, mad props, they can like hand you a fish or a gun or something? I don't know. What do you think of?
I would like a fish.
You want a fish prop?
Yeah.
Get Brett a fish prop, someone. A fish pop.
I want a fish pop.
No, fish prop. At first, this was kind of daunting, and I was ready to check into celebrity rehab for digital influencers who started shows but didn't realize how much work they'd have to do. Alright, so at first, my train of thought was, okay, Fire Emblem, that's a lot of work, but you want me to be a good general? I get it, I can do that, I get it, that's respectable. But then I realized that you actually can't go back and replay missions unless you want to play the entire campaign again! You're gonna make me play through the entire game 4 separate times just to beat it all, and then I have to go back and do it all again without making any mistakes. Am I taking crazy pills? Is that anyone? And I know some of you are going to say, hey, why didn't you try and perfect the game the first time through using a guide, huh? Well, in case you forgot, the game also asks you to do things like die and lose characters to unlock songs, and you can't get 5 stars with dead characters, can you? No! You can't get 5 stars with dead characters. And another thing, wait, no, are you crying? Are you crying? No! There's no crying in Fire Emblem! And that's not even all, because there's the damn support conversations. When certain units like each other very, very much, and they stand next to each other a lot, they sometimes can have support conversations to be there for one another. There's 42 characters. Each character has like 6, maybe 7 different characters they can bond with, and 3 different conversations they can have based on what their level support is, which can be a ranking of either C, B, or A. For some characters, that means you need to get like 21 different conversations total, and getting all the way to A rank sometimes requires over 200 turns. Plus, you can only have 1 conversation per unit per battle, and you can only have 5 conversations total per unit per game, regardless of rank. That means you can have 3 level Cs, but if you want to have a B and an A rank conversation with that person too, that's gonna take up the rest of your slots, meaning that the max you can do with 1 character in 1 playthrough is 1 A level combo and another character that's a B level, and that's it. Dear Jirard, your job sucks. I hate you. Play me forever. Love, Fire Emblem! And hey, I know you're sitting there right now thinking about this insane math equation in your head, and guess what? It's burned into my freaking eyelids right now. And well over 100 times that I had to reload the goddamn game. And I think it may have had an effect on The Office.
Dad, where are we at with this month's top 10?
If you want to know that, you know what I need.
Cut! Paste! No need to have haste.
Cut, paste, no need to have haste.
If you're not gonna render, return to sender.
If you're not gonna render, return to sender.
Save periodically.
Alright, I'm over this, Ted. You're an employee, do your job.
Gotta stay in time if you're trying to rhyme.
Ted, stop it.
Have faith in Jesus
You need
Christ.
cut of the episode by Monday or you're fired.
I should probably get started on that.
I'm so hyped about playing ARMS that I went out and made my own character. His name is Taco Dave. He comes from the land of Tarjay. He is red, he costs 20 bucks, and he looks good in these armed little arms that I got from E3. Let's go Taco Dave. His special is the Taco Tuesday special, where it's $1 taco, street tacos. You can do like street tacos of any kind. You got your Taco del Carbones, and your shrimps, and your steaks, and your chickens, and horchata if you're lucky. Taco Dave.
Taco Dave.
Now, this may seem cliche here, but revenge or redemption are great motivators for fighting Tekken, and becoming the best at your craft is another Street Fighter. Maybe even incorporating the need to fight because these characters are invading each other's world, Smash Brothers. But fighters do have motivation other than becoming number 1. I know these types of games aren't necessarily supposed to have a plot, but I personally feel that all of the homework has been done here. All they had to do was turn it in and get an easy A. I am aware that story isn't a make or break deal for everyone, but we have to look at everything. Reach for the stars and dream big. And from what I've seen thus far, ARMS really reaches for it. Oh, come on, Raptors, come on, I'm not taking it back. I don't care, it was a good pun, especially for this game. Everything just fits like a puzzle perfectly, except there's not really a story here. It's like having all of the pieces of a puzzle line up exactly as you want. You've got one last piece left, and you know it'll fit based on the size and shape. And you try mashing it in there, and it's just not fitting in there. You go in your home, you know you want to go there, you fit perfectly. I hate you, puzzle piece. ARMS is a boxing game. All right, start the reward, I'm out. All right. At least that's what it looks like on the outside. Just a boxing game. The downside is, son of a bitch, the game just became way more difficult, which also means we'll have to play with DNA Boy. Ugh, get out of here. You know what? I'm gonna take the Homer Simpson approach and just take every single punch until the computer tires out and gives up. Oh, that's not a mechanic. Okay, crap. This is gonna suck and take a long time. ARMS has got a huge stretch to reach for. Yeah, boo all you want. That one was bad for a few fronts. The pun and the roast. Go ahead, Raptors. Enjoy your meal. ARMS definitely packs the punch. I'm proud of that one. And I heard rumors that the devs on ARMS are going to maybe flesh out more of the plot and game modes if everyone buys the game and it maintains popularity for the next few months. So, for the franchise's sake, I hope that actually does happen, but we shall see. And in this case, there's still a chance that Taco Dave may appear in the game as free DLC. With that in mind, guys, I give this game my completionist rating of play it.
Play it.
That's all time we have for today, guys. So please, as always, let me know that on today's episode, somewhere on the internet, smash it. Smash that like button. Comment on it. Comment on the video. I hope you like what we do. We are going hungry because of the adpocalypse. We spent $400 on this guy here. Taco Dave cost $400.
Best character in the game.
Best character DLC worth in ARMS. Now he was $20 from Target. We love you guys. I hope you liked today's episode. Yeah. I'm out. And since this franchise is long since defunct, I can put all this behind me for the They're making a new one? Well, to be honest, one could argue that all these problems are intentional choices of the developers, attempting to emulate the harsh reality and subdued tone of the Matrix within the films, but nope! I'm not arguing that. This game is goddamn terrible. So hey, is this your first exposure to the Matrix universe? Then I'm afraid you're out of luck because this game doesn't explain a damn thing to the player. There's absolutely no setup for the characters and their world. Not even a text-based recap of important previous events. But yo, I got your back. It's the future, humans are grown as fuel by the machines, then inserted into a virtual prison world to pacify them known as the Matrix. Some humans escape and start a resistance. Neo is Superman Jesus. Everybody caught up? Okay. Oh, but maybe this was a purposeful move to imitate the character's digital residual images while inside the Nope. It's just piss poor animation, and the body animations are straight up laughable. I know that this is how most characters run in the movies, but when you do it in the middle of an empty lobby where you're completely safe, it just looks a little silly. Do you remember how when someone exits the Matrix in the movies, there's this cool de-resing effect? Well, not here. They just do this thing. Good Lord. And on top of that, everything, and I mean absolutely everything, is too damn dark. The cutscenes are dark. The footage is too dark. Every single level is too damn dark. I'm talking blackness that will often make it so that you can't even tell what's going on the screen, making it damn near impossible to play. So your next step is to try to turn up the brightness, right? Well, now everything's even more green. You either can't see or make the game look terrible. Oh, but hey, maybe they were referencing the repeating background elements, dark tones, and muted colors of the Nope. It's just poor art direction. Don't believe the hype. Do not go past go. Do not collect $200. Go to jail. It's the closest the game has come to making me feel like a character from the movies, which officially earns these specific levels my award for being the least part of the game. I'd like to think that if it focused its efforts more and provided less types of levels, it could have been a lot better. Yeah, I know. Now that I'm older, wiser, and not a crazy 15-year-old kid, I'm just gonna say this. What was I thinking? This game is a piece of crap. Oh my god. I'm pretty sure that most people, like me, are thoroughly sick and tired of modern Sonic. There's nothing inherently wrong with his design or anything, but the games in which he's featured in speak for themselves. Ironically, hoverboard racing isn't exactly that fun. And no, I do not wish to play as a werewolf version of Sonic, thank you very much. And then there's... You get the point. I'm through with the Sonic cycle of giving in to cautiously escalating hope whenever a new Sonic game is announced, only to be crushingly and predictably disappointed when the gameplay is inevitably revealed to be a frustrating mess. I long for the days when we could be confident that a new Sonic game was going to be wonderful. The days when TGIF was still a thing and Lunchables were a valuable commodity in the cafeteria.
You can almost imagine certain members of Sega's crew just itching to throw in some creepy human romantic interest. But they resisted. That's dedication.
Now, I'm not saying that classic 2D is the only way Sonic has to be or should be. I understand that things have to grow and change in order to stay alive. But I think there's room for both experimentation and the reliable. We didn't get rid of all of the horses once cars were invented, did we? No, we got a bunch of horrible to mediocre cars for 20 years, and then we got one horse that celebrated the history of means of conveyance, and now we have both, and everyone's happy. I went to school for theater. I can't think of anything that could stop me from loving everything this game could possibly throw at me.
Jirard, no. You're practically inviting him in.
Who? Oh. No, not him. Please, not him. No, there's no place for you here. You don't exist here. Your damned frog is not even here. Just leave us alone.
Everything feels exactly the way we poor, deprived disciples of Sonic have always imagined Sonic's glorious resurrection would feel. So it is written in the book of Spin Dash, chapter 4, verse 12.
When there's no transition, I feel like a kid who didn't get anything for Christmas. Did I do something wrong to deserve this? Did I miss a secret? Did I not finish with enough rings? Is it because I made fun of Sonic Boom? It's because I made fun of Sonic Boom, isn't it? Now let's get to work on successfully reviving other relics from the 90s. What's Jalil White up to? Can we tweet at him until he agrees to host a new season of Nickelodeon's Guts while wearing one of those shirts featuring gangster-ass Looney Tunes characters? Yo, if we can bring back Surge and Ecto Cooler, we can make this happen too. Hashtag Urkel Guts. But I wanted to know whether the original Bayonetta was more timeless classic or more time to play a different game. Look, I don't know. I can't make jokes all the time. I'm not even trying to be funny most of the time. But for somebody who's trying to knock us out in a week, I'm worried that it might be a little rough. Just please don't tell Kamiya. Man, that dude is savage on Twitter. Fun fact, we originally had a joke written right here where we would Photoshop a picture of one of his tweets roasting me, but the truth is, we did that back in the Resident Evil 2 video, and you guys told him about that video. He then called me out for that being a fake tweet, so just use your imagination that the image you see here is not real. It's not a real tweet. It's not. It's fake. It is fake. To me, she just feels so real and so interesting, especially compared to a lot of other women you see in video games. But, you know, unfortunately, she's not real, and we'll never meet the real Bayonetta, so who really knows anyway, right? It's not like there was a beautiful model out there who looks very similar to Bayonetta, am I right?
Hey!
Hey!
What's up?
Why are you acting weird?
Not weird. This is fridge time.
Fridge time?
Yep. Can I interest you in an instant diet peach Snapple?
No, what do you got?
Nothing. I'm not doing anything. I'm
Wait.
just catching up on some light academic reading. I'm just trying to freshen my mind. Get it?
It kind of looked like my promotional photo shoot for Bayonetta 2.
Oh, did you do that? Oh.
Yeah.
No. Oh, I didn't even know about that. So probably gotta get your eyes checked. So.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
probably right. I've been having a weird thing with my eyes recently, so it kind of makes sense.
Dude!
Something is wrong. So very wrong. I can't sleep. I can't eat. I can't get it out of my head. Nothing adds up. My mind reels over what the powers that be have said versus what has come from the voice of the people. I don't understand. Amongst the ads for ASCII pads and cheat code phone lines, I see almost perfect GamePro magazine. 9, 8, 8, EGM, 87%. Die-hard game fan. You were supposed to be the chosen one! They said you would kill Mario! That Sonic would lay slain at your feet! So what happened? Why are you so reviled now? Are you outdated? Were you always bad? And if you were always that bad, did those magazines lie to us when we were kids? The only way I'm gonna find out is by completing... Bubsy. Claws and counters of the furred kind. I know, another video about Bubsy. Why put myself through the promised torture in this cartridge? Because, personally, I need to see what the hell GamePro thought was so great. Maybe gain some insight into what got into them that year. I'm stepping into their shoes. I'm pushing through the looking glass. I'm going to the upside down. I'm taking the red pill. I'm getting into the zone, the auto zone. I'm thinking outside the bun. I'm forgetting what I was talking about. Right. I have to play Bubsy.
What could possibly go wrong?
And get this, the planet is ruled by queen sisters Polly and Esther. Polly, Esther, Polyester, get it? Yeah, do you get the pun? Do you get the pun? Do you get it? Deciding to pull the wool over his eyes, they knit their plans carefully and purl to there. Okay, purling is a type of stitch. What is this? I don't even know what this pun means. Feel free to explain it to me in the comments down below if I haven't overdosed on puns by then. They were almost cool. Look at that hell sack. Instead, we got these. It looks like they melted Bert and Ernie. And is that guy's head a pile of shit? That probably doesn't happen as much, but still, they meant it to look like shit, right? That can't be an accident. Now I'll try and be civil and balanced. Bubsy sucks! I don't like him! I don't know how they did it, but Bubsy says so little, and the game has still found a way to make me loathe him. It's almost a triumph. I hate this face the most. Sonic isn't without its obstacles, but Sonic doesn't die on the first hit. Bubsy does. Why is this the one thing this cartoon game is treating realistically? What fun would it be if Elmer Fudd shot Daffy Duck? Instead of blowing his beak to the other side of his face, he just fell over and died. And then the rest of the cartoon was Elmer Fudd living with the crushing memory. Now, I tried to get a hold of a few of those guys who speedrun Bubsy professionally to see if the game's worth speedrunning. I didn't hear back from them in time, but I did find this clip from AGDQ.
This game is who cares?
Oof. Not something you'd want to hear from someone who plays the game constantly. That giraffe definitely vapes. Negative. I don't want to do anything in this game! Even if I do something right, I can still get killed by a rogue hitbox. And it has proven that with enough hype and money, people will bend their brains to justify poor craftsmanship. I wanted my childhood magazine to be immune to this, but it wasn't. It was either incompetent or nefarious. So that's probably why I feel the same amount of frustration people my generation do when playing this game. Because intentionally or not, we got duped. It's not the worst game ever. We were just told that it was the best game ever by sources we trusted, and many, including little Jirard believed it. Oh, and even worse, this might be the game's greatest offense of all. In the Game Pro feature, they originally gave Bubsy a hoverboard, but opted out for a glide instead. What? They took away a hoverboard. A hovering board. Not that human Roomba sidewalk garbage, but a board that hovers in the air. Dora the Explorer game again. I'm gonna ask you a question, and then I'll give you time to answer it at the screen. Okay, 3, 2, 1. When is it worse to have a hoverboard? Wrong! Always better! Never a bad time for a hoverboard! Doc Brown, we were supposed to have them by now! I want a hoverboard! And to end with a positive, that giraffe definitely vapes. If you take one thing away from this video, let it be this. Do not play Bubsy. It is not worth the time of day, let alone the time it takes to beat. However, I guess we have to thank games like Bubsy for teaching us that the only review you can trust 100% of the time is your own informed opinion. Thanks, I guess.
No, that is bullshit. Put him on the phone. What do you mean he's in a coma? Put the phone next to his ear. Wake his ass up. Put him on the phone. Jirard, it's your father. Wake the f*** up. Wake up! I found the biggest Ninja Turtle in the universe, and he has a new game. So if you want it, you need to wake the f*** up.
That actually happened. I was 4 years old and my dad was on a business trip in Chicago while some contractors were doing construction on our house. I was in the wrong place at the wrong time and I tripped on a cable and fell down a flight of stairs. And my fragile 4-year-old head hit every single stair on the way down, knocking me out and putting me into a coma for a few days. Since there weren't cell phones back then, my dad didn't know at all that his family had gone to the hospital. But a day or so later, my dad was finally able to get a hold of us, and after all of the doctors tried everything they could, my dad demanded to speak to me over the phone. And the rest is history. Because no one likes when friends cost you money, right, Brett? It was $5 for a cab ride to the hospital! See, this is why I didn't drive you myself. So much whining. Bradley, shift me with a stylus! I don't want to get sappy here, but sometimes it's not what you can unlock in the game, it's what the game unlocks in you.
Aw, that's pretty sappy, Jirard. Come on.
What? That was beautiful! Give me that $5 back or you're f***ing done!
Oh, so now you're the Tony Robbins of YouTube? Hey, f*** you!
Hey, f*** you, man! And yet it somehow never crossed my radar. Until now. See it? There it is. I see you now. There you are. And one offer to KFC to become our official sponsor of The Completionist. All I ask is that you give us a steady supply of famous bowls to our offices. We've got a lot of big hungry boys down here, and they need to eat. Let's make it happen, KFC. Hashtag feed my big boys. And also this video kind of happened on accident because everyone in my office is sick. Which, by the way, if you did not know, the whole US is sick, so take care of yourselves, everyone. I'm okay for now, but it could happen at any moment. Assassin's Creed Origins. Yeah, I think I'm done. The rest of it and a lot of it, what happened? What happened? What happened? What happened? What happened? Look at the Infinity Stones! They're advertised to look like Chaos Emeralds! And what we got were Easter eggs. Easter eggs! These are Easter eggs cut in half and glued to a box with a light. I know it seems weird to complain about that, but I spent $200 on this thing. I'm pretty sure Ubisoft never wants to work with me ever again. Just goes to show that sometimes some YouTubers aren't meant to work with some companies. Congratulations, EA! You, the company, made a top 10 worst games list. Why? Because you put not one, not two, but 3 stinkers in 2017. How is a game with over 30 million players and has reached a peak of 3 million concurrent players on Steam on a top 10 worst games list of 2017? Look, if you want to play a Battle Royale game, just play Fortnite Battle Royale. It's fun, it runs great, and the building mechanics create all sorts of interesting scenarios. And the best part? It's f***ing free. F-R-E-E. Here's my ultimate problem with this game. It's not the purposely difficult controls or the insane journey to the top. It's the culture behind the game. It's YouTube, it's Twitch, it's the communities that are here to play this game. Now I want to be clear, I am not throwing shade to any one of my YouTube or Twitch brothers and sisters that have played this game. I get it. Raging is fun. Being mad at games is very fun. But does everyone and their mother need to play this game to rage? Does everyone purposely need to play a bad game to rage to get viewership? The answer must be so, because even me putting it at the top of my number one's worst game list just makes me a part of the hypocritical problem. Look, I have a hard time trying to understand what's entertaining about watching this game. Every person I've seen stream or play this game just makes me want to give them a hug and let them know, hey, it's okay. Move on to something more fun. I get the game. I get the concept. I understand where it's coming from. It just bums me out that people are playing a poorly bad game just to rage for views. Sorry, I didn't mean to get real. It blows my fucking mind. There was no love interest, no chow raising, no werewolves, just a few good guys, a bad guy, and some rocks. What? What's up, Nick? You've got 3 kids? Yeah? Well, I got 4 copies of Werewolf on NES. Who's the real man?
And I'm sitting here playing one hard game. And all that happens is, oh, this dude sucks at this game. Oh, he sucks. I've been trying not to yell at him about how much he sucks.
Now, I have learned my lesson over the years. Any RPG that comes out of Japan is not to be with. Look, I'm like Chris Pratt in Jurassic World. I have control over the JRPGs, but at any given moment, they could rebel and take a chunk of flesh right out of me. Except instead of flesh being removed, it's time with my friends and family. How hard could it be? Wait, what? How many familiars? God damn it, Ni no Kuni, just give me 5 minutes. I'm just asking 5 minutes for me to say goodbye to my girlfriend. It makes Pokemon look like Manhunt by comparison. Ni no Kuni starts exactly where you'd expect it. Detroit, motherfucker. Oliver is a young boy trying to make it in the cutthroat scene of underground rap battles, all while dating Brittany Murphy and vomiting mom's spaghetti on himself. Alright, so it isn't so much 8 Mile, but it does start in a town based off of the Motor City in the late 40s. It's called Motorville. Not the best name in the world, but it's better than what Japan got. In Japan, it's named, Hotroit. You say Hotroit, I say Hotroit. Let's call the whole thing a gross-ass word. Aw, this f***ing sh**. That's right, 1 for each final evolution. I mean, Metamor- you know what? F*** it, I'm using Pokemon terminology from now on. Evolution. I made it f***ing happen. No tricks, no glitches, just grinding, power leveling, and 0 sugar monster. Hashtag should be an ad, hashtag could be an ad, hashtag monster hook it the f*** up. That creepy bunny Donnie Darko quest giver guy gives you what may be one of the most useful things given to you in any game. However, he gives it to you at the end game where it's freaking useless. He gives you a buggy. This car buggy makes Oliver and friends go so freaking fast that I wish I had this from mid to late game because, oh my god. Yes, you get a dragon, but for the floor, I would like a car. How am I supposed to know about Buenos Aires and Urstux? I don't even know how to pronounce that. I probably offended a whole country. Just for fun, I'm gonna make things a little more interesting for myself. No phones or outside help, no Google. And an older man who looks suspiciously like Dr. Wily. What did I ever do to you, Mario's missing? Drunkenly bash you on Super Beer Bros for hours on end? I'm the completionist.
We're drinking.
I need to complete.
It's gonna get so boring.
You're right. F this game. Oh, right.
Dave, do a Jirard impression.
All right, yeah.
Oh god, this is gonna.
All right. Hey everybody, and welcome to another.
Uh-oh.
Gwarsh. I hope this was the right pirate ship.
You're Pete.
Somebody get over here and help us.
So, little Jirard goes to his job at the coal mine, comes home with a measly check, and all his little black lungs get is 2 hours of gameplay, but that fact works more to its credit than against it. So, with that in mind, guys, I give this game my completionist rating of donate it.
Donate it.
Sure, all the cool kids at school were playing their Final Fantasies, but the really cool kids were digging their teeth in a Secret of Mana. And, like any good kids, they were getting into fights about on the playground. Keep fighting the good fight, kids who really know what's up. And you know who counts themselves as one of those cool kids? Me, your buddy the Completionist. It just didn't have that name recognition that mattered when you were trying to impress your friend that made that dumb decision to buy a Genesis over a Super Nintendo. Yeah, I said it, even though I got both at the time. Yeah, I thought Super Nintendo was better, but now I don't care, because of video games. I would have been perfectly happy with an HD version of the pixelated original. Does that make me a cranky old man? Should I start yelling about how we didn't need beautiful skyboxes back in my day because we couldn't even see the sky on the SNES? Damn kids. It certainly doesn't help that the game is riddled with game-ending glitches. Now, it was worse when the HD version was first released, but man, it still crashes pretty regularly, even after a ton of patches by the developers. But even with those patches, I crashed more than 30 times over the course of my playthrough, and it got worse and worse the further I got in the game. It sucks because I know this game so well that I probably could have just sped run it if I wasn't constantly getting kicked back to the PS4 menu. It was so bad that they added a auto save system, so whenever you walk into a new room, the game saves so you wouldn't lose any of your progress at all. It's that bad. And that, my friends, is unacceptable. However, thanks to that autosave system, though, you won't have to listen to the extremely mediocre voice acting every time you crash right after a cutscene.
How could you? You have no soul. Do you know how worried she's been for your sake?
So, you know, there's that, I guess. No, I will not pay you triple for that jam, you stupid cat. I would rather the game crash over and over again and send back. Well, actually, you know what? No, I'll pay for it. I'll pay for it. I don't want it to crash anymore. I'll pay for it. To be completely honest, if you're looking for a true, authentic experience, I'd recommend you go find an SNES Mini and play the original on that one. There's just not much of a reason for this version of the game to exist, and I think I'm gonna say it, it's gonna sound a little mean, but sometimes you have to let the classics just be classics. However, when you look at it over here, for us original OG fans who've played the games to death, the voice acting, very hit and miss. The music, remastered, very hit and miss. The game crashes a lot. This game crashes a lot, and it drives me crazy. The trophies, a fun, welcomed addition, nothing too stressful, but at the end of the day, there is so much going on with the remake that it doesn't know what it wants to be. Who is this game for? Is it made in 2007 for newer Square fans? Because if it is, this game should have come out 9 years ago. Today, this game is immediately dated with all of its problems. Whew. To be real, Mega Man's 1, 2, and 3 remind me of, well, stress. This was really when I had to figure out the system I have come to use to this day. And that system? Stop sleeping. And very little has changed since then. Since it was my first true time completing these games back to back, it's safe to say that I wasn't exactly the wizard at the time. I would reference something younger, like whoever the main character of Ready Player One was, but I haven't seen it yet because I'm old and I have no time. In the first one, it is the year 2000. For games 2 and 3, you can essentially rewind this video and listen to that plot over and over again because it's practically the same. The opening of Mega Man 2, though, feels epic. It is just a simple pan up from the ground to the rooftops of Monstropolis. And then this kicks in.
Well, I'm a super fighting robot from the year 20X on a quest from Dr. Light to make the city safe again. See, all these robots were created to make the planet safe, so Dr. Wily double crosses and set fire to the place. Dr. Wily had other plans, take over this bitch. We programmed my brothers and stole all them shit. Mega Man, oh save the effing day. 8 more robot nurses, Mega Man is stronger. Metal Man, M&E, the arm cannon blaster. Dr. Wily, that's what come after you too. You're doomed. Thanks, Wily, now that I got shit to do. While waste all of my energy, fucking with you. Mega Man. And then teach Dr. Wily the wrong from the right, alright?
Hell yeah, this is the bomb! I still listen to the Wily stage music from Mega Man 2 all the time to get pumped for really doing anything, like art, underwater basket weaving, collecting pogs. It's the 90s, right? Doesn't the Elecman stage music sound like the happy version of the Dragonheart theme?
It's time for an
therapist tells me I need to empower myself, so I challenged him to a fight assuming I would steal his intelligence. Maybe I've been playing too much Mega Man because that did not work out, but I'll probably also be collecting every goddamn thing in that beautiful world because I'm a deeply greedy man and sometimes beauty and wonder just ain't enough. I crave stuff because I'm a product of society that I was born into. Ah, man, see? This game's making me think already. So while there is a bare bones pixely feel, all of the models and backgrounds are designed with so much loving care that it doesn't feel been there, done that. More like been there, gonna go there again. You know what I mean, shut up. You know what? Fine, I'm not gonna dictate your life choices, Steve, but I expect you to start paying rent. I started applying this strategy to all sorts of things in my life. Like, did you know that a hat is just head shoes? Dogs are just happy cats. A car's just a really cramped room with wheels. Snakes are just lazy lizards.
Okay, man, you gotta stop.
See? Brett's just a jerk who ruins my fun.
Oh, that's just mean.
You're right. I'm sorry. I love you.
I know.
Although there's bound to be at least one point where you end up yelling, "What do you want from me?" While I completed Fez, there were 32 regular garden variety golden cubes collected, 32 sneaky dangerous anti-cubes collected, 3 super adorable red cubes collected, 12 achievement cubes collected, 10 hour cubes of total playtime, and infinite cubes. Because everything is a cube if you really open your mind and think about it, man. I'll be real, I did not play DKC 3 when it first came out. Whether it's because I didn't trust that little baby Kong and his weird feet with a single toe, or if it's because little Jirard camped out all night at a Toys R Us to get an N64 and was gonna be damn sure that he was playing Mario 64 until his fingers bled. Now I do have one beef, and that beef has to do with Kiddy Kong, the new protagonist this time around, and honestly, my least favorite character in the entire Kong clan. He's weird. He's weird, and I'm not sure if I like him. Like, okay, I get it. He's a baby, but he's a very large baby. Too big for one so young. It's disturbing. Plus, what's up with his feet? Look at him. They're creepy, and don't tell me the little bit of his bottom feet is just extra material. Have you seen a onesie large enough to be too big for such a massive baby ape? No. The answer is no, you have not. I am bummed because it just seems too easy to remove Diddy from the last game, when in the last game they removed Donkey Kong. In the next game, they would probably remove Dixie Kong and replace him with Kiddy Kong, or as I want to call him, Feetsy Kong. Donkey Kong Country 4, Feetsy's Footsy's Revenge. Oh, and then there's the Booty Birds, which don't do much but drop collectibles. I'm gonna be honest, I'm only bringing those up so I can say Booty Bird as many times as I can throughout this video. Booty Bird, Booty Bird, Booty Bird. Booty Bird. I know Banjo came out after the fact, but I just kept screaming, "I'm Banjo!" every time I saw one. Look at these guys. Their outfits are so good. I want all of them to come hang out with me so I can have a good laugh all the time. So stylish, so pure. Yo, that's how we fix it. That's how you fix DKC 3. Make Kiddy Kong the boss of the game. Those feet could be a phase in itself, and it would be awful to deal with. 7 nightmares revolving around Kiddy Kong in that onesie. Someone get him a better onesie! Get him shoes! Change his diaper! Do something! Public opinion on modern Sonic games are usually pretty black and white. They're either universally loved or absolutely hated. However, the opinions on Sonic Unleashed are as different as night and day. Some people hate this game and claim it's an example of Sonic going downhill, while others love it, garnering the game a cult following years later. We'll see which side I land on when I finally complete Sonic Unleashed. So everyone, grab your chili dogs, take a bite. And let's do this. The mid-2000s were not kind to the Blue Blur. While Sonic 06 sold very well, the game was a critical disaster. Most consider it as not only the worst Sonic game, but one of the worst games ever made. And people were rightfully scared when word came out that Sega was announcing yet another new Sonic game. Fans were screaming, "You don't need to do anything different! Just give us Sonic Adventure 3! And believe it or not, Sonic Unleashed started just as that. Sonic Unleashed was originally known as Sonic World Adventure, and that's still the title in Japan today. However, there were so many changes to the Sonic Adventure formula, they decided to give it the title of Sonic Unleashed everywhere else. This title reflected the biggest change this game made to the franchise, the Werehog itself. And sometimes change can be good. I like change. Sonic, change you can believe in. But the obvious question, why the Werehog? According to the game's director, Yoshihisa Hashimoto, they wanted to ensure that new gamers could be more easily introduced to this series. Since hack and slash action games like God of War and Devil May Cry were big at the time, they felt that bringing in that style of gameplay would really help. How bad can something called a hot dog be? I really need to think some happy thoughts now that I'm finished with this. Much better. But ultimately, the biggest problem with this game is one fundamental issue. I f***ed up. For some weird reason, I thought, hey, I'll play the PS3 version of the game. That was the wrong thing to do, Jirard, you freaking idiot. On the PS3, the game runs at less than 15 freaking frames. Whereas if I play the 360 version, it runs beautifully. The amount of bugs and glitches and asinine bullshit we had to deal with was insane. More importantly, this episode got delayed by a day because of it. So while I like this game for what it is, do not, and I repeat, do not play the PS3 version. With that in mind, guys, I give this game my, oh no, a full moon.
I'm a aware man. With that in mind, guys, I guess I give this game my completionist rating of play it.
Play it.
That's all the time we have for today, guys, but please, as always, let me know what you thought about today's video somewhere on the internet. If you liked what you saw, hit that like button, subscribe, and hit that bell so you're up to date on all the videos. And if you'd like to check out last week's video, click or tap that on screen right now. I've been Brett Bayonne, and when the moon sets, Jirard will be back for another brand new episode of The Completionist. See you later.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to another brand new episode of The Completionist. I am so excited and honored today to finally complete one of my favorite Dreamcast games of all time, Power Stone. In honor of that, I officially have here a Power Stone.
Isn't that a Chaos Emerald?
It is not a Chaos Emerald, it is a Power Stone from Power Stone the game.
No, I'm pretty sure
it's a Power Stone, let's begin. The very last thing I'll have to do is complete 3 Power Stone themed mini games on the Dreamcast's very own VMU. You remember VMUs, don't ya? They were memory cards that doubled as portable gaming devices, capable of playing little Tamagotchi Tiger Electronic mini games that you could download from your Dreamcast titles. Well, Power Stone's got 3 of them, and I'm not looking forward to suffering through these little guys. Especially since your VMU's batteries have to be in working order to play these frickin' games. And mine, of course, weren't. So I had to order 2 lithium watch batteries for my 20-year-old little memory card Tamagotchi Pikachu card thing. It wasn't the end of the world or anything, but every step of the way, going to Amazon, filling in my credit card information, looking for a screwdriver, popping in the batteries, and being met with that awful shrill VMU beep. Every step just made me question my life. Thanks, VMU. But doing so is easily the worst part of completing Power Stone. I didn't even play these types of games back in the 90s when they were popular, and I'm damn sure not gonna like them now. I understand that Sega was trying to get experimental with its technology here, but these types of games were never fun and they're supposed to be dead by now. We killed them, and I feel like I'm tempting fate by even bringing them up again. But VMU bull aside, Power Stone is nothing short of a great time. So you'll be happy to know that I have tons of Ape Escape games. As you can see, there's Ape Escape Country 2, Ape's Conquest. There's Ape Escape Country 3, Footy's Revenge. There's Ape Escape Country Returns, that's a good one. And my absolute favorite, Ape Escape Jungle Beat Racers. So, I know a lot about Ape Escape. Send me your Ape Escape stuff here. And just like that monkey from Pirates of the Caribbean, I'm gonna grab those coins until my purse is full. My wallet. I don't have a purse, really. The player does not have to hunt for these items or capture a certain amount of apes to unlock them. They're just handed out for free. Though part of me feels a little like they're just repurposed junk the professor found lying around his lab. The super hoop is literally a glowing hula hoop. But again, it's free. I'll take it. But as a Mario Party master, rotating a control stick quickly is second nature to me. So we've got the tools, we've got the talent, we've learned how to use them. Now all that's left to do is to find some apes. There are little triangle-shaped thingies called chips scattered around the levels. Collect 100 of them and you get an extra life. Hey, not everything can be totally original. We all steal from Mario every now and then. And one moment of pure unbridled joy in our writer's room when I announced that I wanted to play Ape Escape for the show, and everyone just lost it.
Honestly, I really just didn't think. Boys, we're doing Ape Escape.
Nostalgia is an extremely powerful, okay, I was gonna say aphrodisiac, but that's not what I mean. Nostalgia can make things seem better than they actually were. With Ape Escape, that doesn't apply. The game is actually that fun. If they ever made a true remastered version for the PS4, some of the rougher edges might have been smoothed out. But even at its roughest, Ape Escape is a gem. It's well worth playing. Here's to you, Dillweed. You know how you kind of absorb knowledge from the people you live with, even though you don't want to learn it? Well, I have sisters in the wedding industry, and for a long time, all of their conversations were dominated by two things: work and The Bachelor, the show that pits 25 women against each other for the affection of one man. You know, love. That's how I know Ryan and Tristan are still together. That's how I know where the phrase "waboom" comes from. And that's how I know what "can I steal you for a moment" actually means. So one day, I thought it would be funny to buy The Bachelor, the video game, at Toys R Us. It was $9. I thought it would be a good gag episode. What I came to review was, to that day, the worst video game we had ever covered on the show. It doesn't help that I'm less than a fan of The Bachelor. Personally, with my experience as an editor, I can see how chopped and screwed each episode is to manufacture any and all kind of drama. Get a bunch of people drunk in a room, film it, edit it, and then send it out for the world to gawk at like a 3-cent freak show. Despite my reservations, The Bachelor has been going on for 22 seasons, and The Bachelorette has a run of 14. So it looks like America will never lose its love for vodka-soaked pseudodrama. With its success comes the old tale of famous show launches into every form of merchandise available. And this story always leads to one place: video games. At the time, the Wii and DS had solidified themselves as accessible consoles. Anyone could play them. Anyone. But that double-edged sword opened the door to an onslaught of pandering shovelware. Titles that are familiar to an untapped audience but lack any real substance, which includes, of course, The Bachelor. It was never a particularly difficult game to beat. The last time, it took only a few hours, but on my psyche, I can still feel the friggin' scars. After I've gotten all the roses and married all the women, it's time to flip genders and do it all over again. This time, from the female perspective, also known as more fucking mini games. In fact, the same fucking mini games. You know, it'll be interesting to compare my results to what I got so many years ago. Oh no, I'm kidding. I'm just gonna hit random buttons. And as the final part of the completion process, I'll go sit in my car and think about what I've done to lead myself to this point. After a good scream or 2 or 3 or 7, it's off to Chipotle. Comfort fajitas. It might not be the exact same, but I'm starting to understand how the Jackass guys felt before they had to do some of their classic idiocy. But instead of snorting wasabi, I'll be flailing, crotch first, into a brick wall of shovelware. To make matters worse, I picked the lesser of the 2 versions of the game. The Bachelor has been made for the Wii and then ported over to the Nintendo DS. And with most titles like that, several cuts have been made to the game. God, I hope I choose my Bachelor better than I choose the games I complete. Guys, all I'm saying is, if you have to make shovelware, if you are like, I'm a game dev, I'm trying to grow up, I'm trying to get these skills, I'm trying to make something fun and unique, but I have to make this Bachelor game, put your heart and soul into it. We're watching. Someone's watching. I'm watching. I believe in you. Doing them once is boring enough, but having to go through them almost 15 times a piece feels like a waste of time that ironically, could have been spent with my actual loved ones. Instead, I'm tracing a snail for the 90th time, like I'm some sort of obsessive-compulsive entomologist. The first time I played this, I thought it'd be a funny joke, and I was sorely mistaken. You can go back and check out the FMVs you may have missed from each date, but they are similar to the 10 videos you had already seen before. Although they may be worth going back to so you can watch this. I think she just killed that guy. Aside from that, this game is not as funny as I remember. In fact, now it wasn't fun at all. It's not like Ride to Hell Retribution. There aren't any chances taken, therefore there aren't any giant failures. The only massive issue is that it's useless. It doesn't serve as any fun reminder of the show, and it does absolutely nothing as a video game. The games are subpar, even worse than some you would see in an ad on the sidebar of a torrent site. And repeating the same 9 games over and over and over again without any changes in difficulty is like holding your arms in the air until they start to shake. The presentation is just lazy, and the missed opportunities for something so unique are too many to count. So why would I do this? Well, maybe it's time to remind us all that the next time you're tempted to label something as the worst blank ever, remember, there is always something so worse. So cut those other games a break for caring. $9 unfortunately spent, but only one special somebody I'm gonna spend the rest of my life with.
So Jirard, you've made your final decision. How do you feel?
I feel amazing, you know. I feel very confident in my choice today. Not in recompleting the Bash of the video game, because that game sucks.
Oh, God. Yeah.
It's awful. But in terms of this decision, this is perfect.
Hey, why is he marrying Popcorn if he's already happily with a girlfriend?
Oh, no, she's just at Anime Expo having a way better time.
Oh.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Let's start the video off with a little controversy. Burger King is the worst fast food burger. There. Now let's wait for the hate comments. Ah, internet, you never fail to snap back. In 2006, Burger King pulled a move right out of my stepdad Steve's playbook and said, well, how about a video game? If I get you a video game, then will you love me? No, you'll never be good enough, Steve. The game in question was Sneak King, a stealth-based food delivery game for the Xbox 360. Actually, 1 of 3 games released in November of 2006 for $3.99 with the purchase of a combo meal from an actual BK restaurant. You know, in case you wanted to make your diarrhea a multimedia experience. The other 2 were Big Bumpin', a bumper car party game, and Pocket Bike Racers, a Mario Kart ripoff featuring Brooke Burke. Wait, what? Brooke Burke of E! Entertainment's Wild On series? Of Need for Speed Underground 2 fame? I have never felt my brain have to swallow a piece of information before. I do not Understand? Supermodels aside, the games all featured the eponymous Burger King mascot, the King. Designed to be intentionally creepy, this Richard Branson-looking motherfucker would appear in windows and dark corners to offer patties and other cardiac obstacles to his hungry victims. I gotta be honest, he may primarily be the reason I like Burger King the least. What was supposed to be ironically creepy became actually spine-shivering. If someone broke into my house right now, part of me would be relieved because at least it wasn't the goddamn Burger King. But maybe it's just me. Maybe other people love his soulless smile, those beady little eyes, those royal tights. Snake King in the original Completionist lineup was one of the only games to ever get the Completionist rating of Burn It. The reason why I eradicated the rating was because I actually got a fair amount of scrutiny for the rating, with people claiming I was damaging games and it was akin to book burning. I personally disagree with that sentiment, but when it comes to Sneak King, I'm trying my best to not burn another copy of this game. I won't be sneaking alone. I will have my beautiful chat compatriots cheering me on, right? They'll encourage me and not just watch me descend into madness, right? Right?
3, 2. No! No!
Every now and then, the game would just crash for no reason. But I think my absolute favorite bug this time around was the guy painting the fence. You see him right there? Flat out dead. That dude was like that for several hours while I was playing. The rest of the NPCs didn't get as much love. If the Sims are Lowry's Steakhouse, then these models are, well, f***ing Burger King. Look at the King exiting one of his hiding spots. Oh my God! Oh my God, go faster, go faster, go faster, go faster. Oh my God, go faster, go faster. I know grandmas move faster than you. Go faster! The fat lady has sung, please move! All I want to do is feed the people. There are 4 levels in which to explore, but they are all tiny and lack anything interesting. The downtown level is drab and unintentionally spooky looking. The construction site and the sawmill are eerily similar, and the cul-de-sac level is somehow more boring than an actual cul-de-sac. But the fascinating thing about these levels is that they're all based on various Burger King commercials, but that doesn't help them from still being pieces of especially Mission 15, especially the dreaded Mission 15 in the cul-de-sac, where you have to deliver only to 6 people in backyards in under 1 minute to get an A ranking. The problem is that whoever gets hungry is completely random, meaning people who are not in backyards can get hungry on their own. It's a programming bug, and the last time I did this, I nearly lost my sesame seeds. To get an A rank in that goddamn mission required perfect RNG that amounted to a 1 in 2,000 shot. The exact percentage of my chance for success was 0.000046573, repeating infinitely. I overcame it back then, and I did it again this time around. I did it, goddammit, but this time, it wasn't that bad. It took me 3 hours this time around versus the first time where it took a whopping 15 hours. It was still a waking nightmare. It's just this time around I had over 800 people cheering me on. This whole game felt easier because of my stream crowd support system. Aw, I'm really growing up. Maybe it's time to turn a new leaf and run a classier, more sophisticated channel with royalty-free music. And last, but nowhere near the least, are the trophies. Those little digital figurines featuring everyone's favorite Nintendo characters are all over this game, and there are a lot of them. Some of them are rewards for completing certain tasks, others can be picked up while playing the single-player modes, and still others can only be obtained in the lottery. You know what lottery means: randomness, wasted time, and broken dreams. It's been a long time since I've gone trophy hunting in Melee, but odds are that cranking coins into this hopeless gumball machine and praying to RNGesus are gonna eat up a depressing amount of my time with this game. Trying to collect these things is basically gambling. I'm just glad Nintendo isn't devious enough to try these practices in real life. Oh yeah! Damn.
Super Smash Bros. Melee is like hanging out with your friend who loves to play with all of his officially licensed Nintendo action figures. This friend of yours doesn't put much thought into imagining why all these dudes are fighting, but there are just so many of them, and they're all so beautiful and authentic that it doesn't even matter. And most of that love and care came from a Japanese guy who somehow refuses to age. It's like he stays alive as long as this game stays alive. So if that's the case, keep playing Melee. Let's keep Sakurai alive. "1,000 more prosperous years for Sakurai and the reign of Melee. May your destinations never be final." Hey everyone, and welcome back to another brand new episode of The Completionist. Today on the show, I'm doing something a little bit different. Sometimes you want to get out on the open road and enjoy that air. Today, we're going to be completing Mario Kart 64, an all-time classic. So get ready, my friends. It's going to be an awesome damn Oh my god. Oh my god, I killed him. This is evidence. Turn the camera. Turn the camera. I'm out. Since the shift to 3D was so major for the last console of the millennium, a lot of looks and features now feel incredibly dated. But it's so nostalgic! What could possibly go wrong? Oh, come on, those aged well. Sort of. Okay, maybe not. And I never remembered Yoshi's level name because I called it Yoshi's Cliff Bastard ever since I first played it. The Messenger is one of the greatest video games I have ever played. Yes! Alright, hey, hold on 1 second. Don't cut me off here. This is my show. I get to say what goes. Look at that hat. That is a sick hat.
We gotta talk about that hat. That cool hat? That hat. The Amigasa hat. Not only does it have the convenience of being both umbrella and sunshade as everyday people use it for, it also has a vast amount of concealment space, giving Ninja the ability to store things like darts and small blades. And in stereotypical fashion, it keeps the majority of the face hidden from the crowd, allowing some level of anonymity for the shinobi.
Yo, but what about vape mode?
Okay, fine. There is an actual thing called vape mode in Sonic Mania Plus, even though it sounds like a rumor that the meme armies would have made up because they were bored. The actual code to unlock this mode has not been discovered yet, and it may not even exist, as this mode, if it can't even be called that, may not have ever been intended for players. It can only be accessed with tools on the PC version of the game, and all it does is slow down the game's soundtrack a bit, emulating the somehow popular music form known as Vaporwave. That's about it. Granted, these songs sound dope this way, but taking badass songs from the 70s and 80s and changing the BPM doesn't make it a new genre of music.
But that's how hip-hop got started.
They actually mixed and scratched and rapped over the stuff they took. These vape dudes are just slowing stuff down and are being called artistic geniuses.
You sound like an old man.
I am an old man! Disturbingly, this is almost exactly what happened during my 16th birthday party, right down to the giant bird. The struggle of balancing a career as Spider-Man with a life as Peter Parker is a key element of the game, and the emotional fallout of that struggle is felt throughout. And towards the end of the game, I even started to tear up a bit, which might be because I'm particularly invested in these characters, or might just be because I'm thinking about how I'm sad I'll never get to experience those emotional highs and lows of being a real-life Spider-Man. The cutscenes in Marvel's Spider-Man also go a long way in creating that feeling of investment towards Spider-Man and his various pals. They're as rad looking as anything else in the game and never feel like an intrusion. Instead, it's like you've been dropped into the middle of a dope new Spider-Man movie for a few minutes at a time. The characters in these scenes all look great with expressive mocap performances and smooth animation. Sometimes some of the faces look slightly off, but never to the point that you're taken out of the story because you're worried that Mary Jane's cheeks are about to like jump off her face or something. It's also super cool seeing versions of these characters that draw inspiration from their past history, but aren't directly modeled after the comic or movie versions. The members of the Sinister Six especially have some super cool new suit designs, and all of the many unlockable Spider-Man suits look great in action. I was especially impressed by the 2D comic book suit, which really pops against the more photorealistic backgrounds. While the design of all of those new and classic Spider-Man characters is wildly impressive, the same can't quite be said for the endless waves of goons you'll be facing throughout the game. Insomniac also did a great job casting all
all of the voices in the game, from the random New Yorkers who yell how much they love or hate you when you swing by, all the way to the major figures in Peter's life, like sweet caring Aunt May.
I still wish you and MJ could work things out. She's a great girl.
Or complex new villain, Mr. Negative.
My parents died because of me. Because of what Osborn did to me!
I thought the particular standouts were Yuri Lowenthal, who 100% captures the spirit of Peter Parker, William Sawyers as an Otto Octavius teetering on the edge of disaster, and Darren DePaul doing his absolute best J.K. Simmons impression as J. Jonah Jameson, who's reimagined here as an unhinged right-wing radio host, which, you know, kinda sounds right.
Stay tuned to the only voice you can trust in these dire times. Mine.
Some of these suits are particularly neat, like the homemade suit you get for finding all of the backpacks, or the costume of Spider-Man 2099, who is literally a Spider-Man that came from 2099. If you're a big Spider-Man fan, these suits are neat references. And if you're a relative newcomer, they're just cool new threads for you to fight crime in. I think my personal favorite was Spider-Punk, whose ensemble includes a denim vest and a mohawk, because this Spider-Man does what he wants, and no one can tell Spider-Punk what to do. Except Aunt May. You should always listen to Aunt May. She's a nice lady. She's sweet. I will take out the trash for her. Once I'd gathered and unlocked everything, I felt a real sense of achievement, which was only bolstered by how close that put me to getting all of the trophies. I cleaned up the last couple in a few minutes, and then surveyed my 100% completed map with a sense of satisfaction that can only come from me being the Spider-Man. That is until I remembered that the benchmarks page exists on the pause menu and was overwhelmed with what the phrase great responsibility actually means. Being Spider-Man just never gets old, or at least it hasn't yet, and I can see myself firing this game up just to swing around sometimes, even though I'm now done with everything. I'm also looking forward to diving back in with the new DLC, which will be releasing new episodes throughout the fall. With great power comes great responsibility, and with a great game comes great painless completion experiences. 0 hours spent being Spider-Man in real life because the universe is cruel and unfair and we all can't have Ted's incredible luck. Spider-Ted, Spider-Ted, desperately wishing he was dead. He was a man, but now he's not. He's wondering what God hath wrought. Oh no, here comes the Spider-Ted. And who knows, maybe I can absorb some of his knowledge as he's here with me. Jirard the Completionist. That came out way worse than I imagined. I'm very sorry for that. Also, we will be rescuing any trapped characters in the green crystals called Bincho Fields. Yeah, I know it's kind of weird, but how else are we supposed to get stronger, huh? Go to the gym? No way, man. We're gonna become the Swolo Bros. Let's go. Lastly, we will have to gather all of the action figures. Yes, there's an action figure for every character in the game. Basically, an in-game model to look at and love. I remember this part was the hardest to fulfill the first time I played this game, mainly because I didn't know what to do to acquire certain statues. I love collecting stuff, but I hope no one opens any of these action figures up. Gotta keep them in mint condition.
You know no one can open the boxes because they're digital, right? It's actually impossible.
Norm, you of all people should know that everything belongs in a museum.
Look, just because I'm the gaming historian doesn't mean
everything, Norm, everything! Box it all up! Interestingly, Square chose someone they had never went with to compare and create the score for this game. Tsuyoshi Sakito did an amazing job with the music, with tracks that are distinct, memorable, and just plain rock. The music upholds the Square tradition of their games having great scores. I can only imagine being in that interview. Yeah, our last big game was Final Fantasy VII, so try to create a soundtrack as incredible as that. Yeah, no pressure, new guy. And one boss fight that was actually an epic dance battle minigame that I totally dominated because I play a ton of DDR and no little kid will ever beat me at DDR, Brian. So when I was a kid, I never actually owned Bomberman 64, but I do remember going with my mom to Blockbuster Video to rent it. I ended up loving it so much that every 5 days I'd make my mom go with me to renew my copy so I could continue playing it and complete the game. One of the Blockbuster employees got so annoyed with me that he threw the cart I had been using into a pile of other Bomberman carts, so I wouldn't be able to know which one had my save file. I was so determined to complete the game that I made my mom go back and forth from our house to Blockbuster until I found my cartridge, and when I finally found it, I completed the ever-living crap out of the game. Take that, Bill from Blockbuster from many years ago, you piece of Now I complete games for a living, and what do you do, huh? You probably work somewhere else that's not Blockbuster because they're all gone, so get bopped, Bill!
Wow, okay, so apparently I've got some resentment still, somewhere deep down inside of me. Also, I now realize that I made my mom drive back and forth to that place, and that was really rude. So, I am very sorry, Mom. All I wanted to do was dress up like a chicken and blow up a Japanese schoolgirl. It's so cute to hear Bomberman's voice while he kicks and throws his bombs. Just want to pinch those little cheeks and squeeze him so hard that he explodes. This can lead to some serious rage moments that make me question why I put myself through all this torment. I am in completionist purgatory. There's nothing but bad gameplay and fucking Bubsy. But there's one thing I've always wanted in a mainline Mega Man game. I want to play as Roll. She's so freaking cute, and that's no exception in this game. And I'm convinced that Roll could whip Mega Man's butt any day. Give me a Roll game. Let's go. The Bolt Collector? You can only unlock it if you're playing on a Saturday. Why a Saturday? I have no fucking idea, but you better be playing Mega Man on a Saturday to get it. The Dr. Light Trials may be the worst thing ever created. I hate this so much. Now you all may be wondering, hey Jirard, why do you look so tired and old? Well, first off, it's age, and second, it's because I have been playing this endless mode for literally 3 days straight. I haven't slept. Maybe 1 hour, maybe 2, nobody knows, but this endless mode is the worst thing ever! I'm not exaggerating! It sucks! It's a challenge! But in this space, it sucks. You do it! It's not fun! It wears on you! I'm ready for bed! Honestly, this is way too much. There's padding out your game, and then there's this. Granted, I understand you're not supposed to play the game the way that I do, which involved completing the game in this weird vacuum that I created for myself known as the Completionist, but you really have to like Mega Man 11 to enjoy this process. No playable role in this game. Sorry, Erica, but hey, you did an amazing job as Roll. For Completionists, hard pass. Don't put yourself through the ringer like I did. Enjoy your life. Kiss your significant other. Go for a walk. Don't do what I did and stay up till literally like 8 in the morning, hours before this video goes live to make this, to complete the game. Don't do that. Don't. Tom Kalinske, the CEO of Sega of America, had a vision. He wanted Sega to have a mascot to rival Mario. A mascot that would be the face of the company. A mascot that would be as recognizable as Mickey Mouse, but with enough attitude to make your parents shout, "Turn off those damn video games!" You may have noticed that almost every box of Sonic the Hedgehog features a not for resale message on the box. That's because, at the time, Sega forbid retailers to resell the games outside of the bundle. And for those who owned a Genesis already, Sega offered a free mail-in rebate to get the game. Wow, nice move, Uncle Sega. What makes me nervous is this game's reputation. It is supposed to be atrociously difficult. The controls are legendarily terrible. The cutscenes agonizing, the puzzles obscure. I've played nearly every other Zelda game, but Wand of Gamelon is so far removed from the core Zelda experience that it might be more difficult than I imagined. But hey, I'll persevere because I've never let a bad game get me down or lost my sanity because of how absurd completing a terrible game is. Definitely never done those things. It's a grand adventure where the player is blocked at every turn by locked doors or the need to collect extremely specific items. I think one of the most disappointing things is how divorced from anything Zelda related the entire universe of Wand of Gamelon is. The player isn't even exploring Hyrule. Where the heck is Gamelon? So many questions, and all I get is confusion when I try and answer them. At least this game has atrocious gameplay throughout. Sorry, that's what I call a bait and switch. You thought I was gonna say something positive about the gameplay, didn't ya? Woo, you were wrong, sucker. This game will not cater to you. Combat in this game is like trying to run my fingers through Wallace's fur after he's been rolling around in the mud. Sticky, messy, and ultimately very sad. Some enemies like to attack on a diagonal, and my advice in those situations is to scream, "Oh, come on!"
and watch Zelda get mowed down by a freaking pterodactyl. And I really have to say, after seeing everything this game has to offer, it is not worth it. See? Bait and switch again. Get bopped on. Completing this game didn't make me punch a hole in my screen or wreck me emotionally or anything like that, but it did leave me with an extensive list of questions. So here we go. Why make these subpar Zelda games in the first place? Why release them after making sure every detail of A Link to the Past and even Link's Awakening for Game Boy was perfect and memorable years before the CDI was set to release these games? Why give Link the most annoying character voice of all? Why would Nintendo bother licensing out official Zelda characters and then not bother to see what the developers were churning out? Why does the King's Laugh follow me wherever I go? Why do enemies in the very first area of the game pose a bigger threat than Ganon himself? Why is Link trapped in a mirror? And what will happen if I throw a mirror on the ground in my office? Why is the Triforce of Wisdom a softball-sized rotating Viagra pill? The more I think about it, the more confounded I am. I wish I had answers to some or even any of these questions. What I do have is a headache from trying to determine how to navigate the drowned water look of the world, and a slight anxiety attack every time I see Zelda's vacant deadpan stare during a cutscene. Today's video is brought to you in part by the Neo Geo Mini. We'll have a lot more information about it towards the end of this video, but in case you are interested, the Neo Geo Mini is similar to other consoles out there on the market right now that allow you to play a slew of games from a backlog library of Neo Geo's catalog. But unlike the rest, this one actually comes with a mini LCD screen and controller arcade stick built into it. The device is so small you can play it in your hands, and with the portable battery on you, you can play it anywhere you'd like. You can hook it up to your TV with a mini HDMI cable, as well as hook up extra controllers. These accessories are sold separately for you and your friend to play 40 different games from the Neo Geo lineup. Games like the Metal Slug franchise, Samurai Showdown franchise, and the King of Fighters franchise. The Neo Geo Mini is a great gift for friends and families to come and play together. And if you want to pick one up today, there's a link in the description box down below. Neo Geo and SNK did send me the product and asked me to give my unfiltered thoughts, so hang around to the end of the video to see what I thought of it. Thank you guys for watching, and enjoy today's episode. People tend to hate on Super Mario Sunshine.
Wait, what?
People tend to hate on Super Mario Sunshine. People tend to hate on Super Mario Sunshine.
That is, except for the addition of the multiplayer mode, which no one expected, no one really wanted, and no one had many nice things to say about. It's times like this that I have to remember what Batman would do. Thank his lucky stars that the multiplayer servers were shut down ages ago, meaning I don't have to worry about it. No multiplayer for me.
Actually, they're still up.
What do you mean they're still up?
Yeah, they're apparently still going, but only for the Xbox 360. People are still playing against each other.
Okay, so the real last thing I'll have to do is grind out the multiplayer achievements, and depending on the progression system and what it's like, I might have to spend even more time unlocking online rewards. God damn it, this is not fair. It wasn't supposed to be like this. I had an out, god damn it.
Just remember what Batman would do.
I don't care what he'd do. That motherfucker is rich. I ain't got that kind of time. This lady right here didn't just get kidnapped and tortured. She got kidnapped and tortured on the happiest, most magical night of the year. This is what trauma looks like, folks. I was surprised by how quickly I got used to the new voice cast. Not having Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill reprise their iconic roles feels like a recipe for disappointment. But the new actors perform exceptionally well. I know I wasn't the only one to enjoy the new voice acting. Turbo, a member of our Patreon cameo tier, particularly enjoyed one new addition to the voice acting team.
But the one mind-blowing thing that was in the game was that the voice actor for Batman this time around was the same voice actor who voiced Chris Redfield in the Resident Evil games, and the current voice actor for Sonic the Hedgehog, Roger Craig Smith.
I just feel bad for all those kids who were waiting up for Santa that night, only to catch an eye full of a psychotic 30-year-old man with a bat suit stumbling up on their roof. Instant tears. Alfred even warns him about it. That's how you make future supervillains, my man. Oh, but we're not done there. Arkham Origins decided to add in custom challenges in which you can select whatever modifiers you want for single maps. Being able to customize these challenges however you want is a great idea, but the fact that the developers decided to include a medal tally for these things is killing me. Why? Why did you have to make these irresistible to completionists? Since you can just give yourself only the positive modifiers, these custom challenges are just a bunch of gimmies that take some time. Satisfy all 3 medal tasks and then lay everybody out with your insta-kill batarangs. But let's not forget that I had to do all of this, the regular maps, the campaigns, and the custom challenges with 3 different characters. You didn't think I forgot about the multiplayer, did you? Look. It's clear that it wasn't the developer's main focus, and it's clearly not perfect, but there are some good ideas here. If you had to design a third-person shooter based on Batman, you could do a lot worse with this concept. A lobby of 8 players is thrown into 3 different factions: Joker's gang, Bane's gang, and the 2 heroes of Batman and Robin. The first group to take down enough of the others wins. The problem is, it just doesn't feel good enough to play. The controls aren't tight enough for precision shooting, and getting around is sluggish, which doesn't feel great when you're used to zooming around on the rooftops. Not to mention that it was literally impossible for me to ever find a full lobby. So my team and I went out and bought several more copies of the game and borrowed some Xbox 360s from our local game shop, Bros Game Shop. We still didn't have enough bodies, so we recruited a few people from the TOVG Patreon Discord server to help us out. That's right, if I can't even find matches naturally in your game lobby, I have no remorse for boosting my way to your online achievements. It was an 8 loopy hour session of setting up weird kills and leveling up all 3 factions until we hit the max level and prestiged. But actually, I ended up having a lot more fun with this multiplayer than I thought. I'm not saying I'd ever willingly turn on some Arkham Origins multiplayer again, but my friends made it fun, and I never could have done it without my backup from my crew and my online ringers. So thanks to you, Fox Garada, Grim, and Deke Cavalon. Even the thing that most people roll their eyes at when it comes to Arkham Origins wasn't even that bad. This game is severely marred by an undeserved bad reputation. It is far from perfect, and I can totally see how this is many people's least favorite Arkham game, but it's still very much Arkham. At the end of the day, Arkham kicks ass. It's an absolute pain to complete thanks to the multiplayer and the challenges, but if you're in it for just the main game, then this is a great way to become the Bat.
Warning, the completionist does not condone becoming the Bat. Do not go out and fight crime. Do not swear an oath to the memory of your parents. Do not adopt wayward young orphan boys and recruit them into your crusade against injustice. Get plenty of rest, eat your vegetables.
Everyone knows that fashion is one of Batman's greatest powers. So, with that in mind, guys, I give this game my completionist rating of finish it.
Finish it. 2018 was an incredible year for video games. Am I right, Pat? You're so right, Jirard. Oof, it was so good for games. Everyone played games in the office all year long, and it made everyone happy. Look at Bradley. He's just playing the bongos because he played awesome video games. Now for us in the office, we had an incredible year.
Oh, hey man.
What's up, Brett? How's it going?
Good to see you. Fine, thank you. I just wanted to congratulate you one more time on reaching 1 million subscribers. That's a hell of a milestone.
Thank you, man. Thank you. But you know what? I didn't do it by myself. I did it with all of us as a team. But more importantly, video games in 2018 did something that some years don't always do. They make an impact. They make people happy and smile and be joyful. What's up, Ted?
Hey, I'm wrapping some presents for some of our subscribers on the Completionist Patreon.
There we go. We give gifts away to all of our fans each and every year because video games, and that's the best part about the job.
So what'll it be, Slick?
Oh man, a bar?
Yeah.
Yo, man, I'll take the usual.
Boom. One of these, just for you.
To 2018 and all the awesome games that came out this year.
I am constantly being asked by fans to complete so-and-so game. When are you gonna finish Persona 5? You should play Yakuza 0. Hey, great video that you just put 300 hours into, but you'd be my favorite YouTuber of all time if you played Baten Kaitos Eternal Wings in the Lost Ocean. And at the end of the day, I came out none the worse for the wear. ...2018 was one of the worst years we've had for games. So much so that we had to change the whole schedule on a whim. Pat, you are staying here until midnight tonight. God damn it! The office morale has been at an all-time low. People are missing holidays. They're putting in double time, sometimes triple. I'm definitely stressed out. I ain't feeling so hot. When we get to the end of the week, it's exhausting. What's up, Brett?
Another one of our videos got demonetized.
I can't take it. I'm going crazy. This has been so bad. Video games are bad. I'm saying it. Video games are bad in 2018. Ted, what are you doing?
I can't have presents. No one can.
Great. Now we can't have presents. We can't have nice things. I'm going insane.
Do you want something or not?
Listen, man. I can't take it anymore. What do you got? No. To 2018 and all your awful games. Dude, tip me for this. If this year has taught me anything about video games, it's that the gamer can tell when a game was lovingly created. Cory Barlog created an evocative story about a father and son's relationship. The guys at Sabotage made a nameless ninja warrior an incredible hero. Masahiro Sakurai once again put his own health on the line to create a game that people around the planet could enjoy. The developers trying to cash in on the Battle Royale genre because it's a trend are showing that they have no passion behind their product, and the consumer can tell. Whoa, hold on 1 second. I am not risking showing Agony gameplay on YouTube. I don't want to get flagged for anything of this crap. Put something softer on screen. Much better. Now, Agony was a Kickstarter game with the promise of the most terrifying vision of hell in the history of gaming. But while the imagery in Agony is gory and imaginative enough, the visuals and sound design themselves are pretty rough, and the actual experience of playing Agony is closer to a walking simulator past a lot of mutilated corpses, topless creatures, and brainless AI. The game is trying so hard to shock you with its moans and screams and demented succubuses and demons, but it's just a slow ride to an underwhelming finish with little more gameplay than periodically hiding, picking up trinkets, and riveting moments like this. Yeah. Let's just watch more videos of puppies. The puppies are way more entertaining than that. Bethesda has been a company that, while I admire, I tend to get upset that people just write off their games as masterpieces, even though they are filled to the brim with insane bugs and glitches that everyone else is just fine with. And admittedly, I haven't been very vocal about it because I feel like people will just tell me to shut the fuck up and enjoy it already or die. Wait, they already do that already. Huh. I guess they're just too busy releasing Skyrim on the Commodore 64 to put really any effort into the most beloved game franchises of all time. Bam! That's a roast. No wonder Obsidian threw major shade at the Game Awards. Boom! That's 2 roasts! Now, I know you know that I don't love to hate on games. I'm a dude that loves games. The Completionist, in my eyes, is a show about video game appreciation. And truth be told, whenever I do hate on a game, it's because I am passionate about what the game could have been, or frustrated because it was so close to being good. It's like seeing a crooked painting. Just pick it up and readjust it a smidge, and you're fine. But the worst game in 2018 is a game that I didn't even realize I was playing until it was too late. One that got constant patch notes and updates without any communication, and one that was filled with controversies more this year than any year I have been doing this whole thing. And the worst part, it's not even a fucking video game. It's a website. YouTube. Now, I try to avoid talking about YouTube and business stuff because, quite frankly, it's not that important to you guys. You are here to listen to me talk about what I think of my worst games of the year, not my political stance on how tech companies run the world. But make no mistake, YouTube in 2018 is a game. It's the most game it's ever been. It's a game that is filled with tons of bad actors that get away with a lot, and those actions affect everyone, big and small. And this year was one that honestly made me really unhappy. Even though we're a family-friendly-ish channel, there are bigger channels that make dumb decisions that impact channels like mine, or the YouTubers that you all love and watch. And this impact makes advertisers wary of working with us as a collective, and it dehumanizes us. Tons of your favorite creators raised thousands of dollars for charity, and then a big YouTuber does something dumb, and we end up getting subjugated to being just another influencer who uses their power to abuse their audience. While we then roll out the red carpet for celebrities to take over the platform who, spoiler alert, already have a goddamn platform of their own. They're celebrities, for Christ's sake. In 2018, I tried time and time again to really hunker down and play this YouTube game. While I didn't dive into Fortnite or use tons of clickbait thumbnails with emojis, thick strokes, and exclamation points, I was actively looking to pivot and position ourselves to be favored by the YouTube algorithm. Whether it's playing games that align more to movies and films, or just playing the new hotness. We made it so that we were outputting double the content this year as per the YouTube algorithm, and it worked. And honestly, since the whole New Game Plus fiasco, it's been a blast. We've had a lot of fun making the show this year, and it worked for quite some time. Then something changed on the back end of YouTube without any communication whatsoever to anyone on the platform, and suddenly, videos that should do well don't. This results in me begging video game companies to getting brand new games way early so I can be the first person ever out there to complete their game, which to an extent, I've already been doing this for years, but now it makes it an absolute must and priority. Before I get to pick what I wanted to play, now I have to play what's new. I have to have new videos on new games planned on launch. And if it's not out in a few weeks, the game loses its value in the search engine system. And that is because of one simple truth. YouTube is a search engine. It is not a community. The community aspect comes from the creators building the community, not the website itself. Now, we tried to strike a balance and give both you, the viewers, and YouTube what it wants. And we struck out a ton this year, and that stinks because we output some incredible stuff this year that I'm super proud of. But the problems that I'm talking about aren't even about the content. What I'm referring to is a functionality problem. Subbox is not working? Tell people to subscribe again by hitting a goddamn bell for notifications. Video views getting low? Better tell everyone to smash that like button while screaming at them to follow me on Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, Tumblr, Instagram, and support me on Patreon, because who fucking knows if anyone's gonna see today's video, and even if they do see it, there's a huge chance that's going to be demonetized anyways, so fuck it. But thank goodness there's a community tab here, so we can post images like YouTube is a blog. Better yet, now we can post stories here like Instagram, right guys? Look, as a content creator, I want to believe that I can make the videos I want to make, and that they'll be seen, but that's simply not the truth. If I want my viewers to watch my videos, I'm encouraged to use new features and functions like YouTube Gaming to stream in order to get more subscribers and watch time, or post in the community tab to get people excited for the upcoming video that people already know that I'm working on. I make new videos Wednesdays and Saturdays. Been doing that for quite some time now, thus making YouTube a game. It's a game that can't be beaten. If anything, it's a game that beats its players. It's a cruel relationship, but I am a fiercely loyal person. Not to YouTube so much, but to all of you out there for being the most supportive group that I've ever met. And if I can end this on a positive note, I want to say this. In 2018, our community raised over $50,000 for charity and dementia research. We crushed milestones for the channel, and I met more fans this year than I ever have in my existence of being a YouTuber. You guys are my fuel, and I plan to keep this engine going for as long as I can. All right, thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Rant over. So those were my worst games of 2018. Honestly, finding 10 awful games this year was pretty tough, and that's a pretty great sign. Most of the games I discussed were disappointing versus truly bad. Let me know what makes your lists for worst games of 2018. Or just type 2018 and put a disappointed emoji. Get wrecked 2018. I'm sorry it didn't work out for you. I'm with 2019 now. Like, comment, go subscribe to Youngtown. He's better than me. Go.